Minutes, everybody.
Yeah, people are.
We're watching Counter-Strike, my guy. And we're live, by the way. Welcome. We are live for Wax Wednesday to talk about the FOMC conference, market analysis, and whatever else Wax DeFi stuff we want to talk about. And I just finished watching a bunch of Counter-Strike, which was fun. What are you reading about?
Just this FOMC thing. So it kept the rates the same as exactly what we thought would happen. Nice.
Is that good or bad for crypto?
Generally, I'd say good because that's what the expectation was. So we'll probably get a little bit of a retest pump now, and we'll see how far that goes. Let's see. Should be good. I was playing with creating tokens and stuff just to see how it works, testing it out. I created a meme.
You're creating tokens?
Yeah, I was testing it out on base chain. I created a meme coin.
How much does it cost to make a token?
Like 20 cents or something, like gas. Pretty much nothing.
To mint each one, or
yeah, I minted I minted a billion, like a single contract with a. You can find it on Dex Screener. It's like it's trading. You know.
How did I friggin' miss my drink? Prepared 2 drinks for the stream and I'm missing one. I'll be right back.
Pizza. It's fine. A smoothie. A chicken bake, maybe. Here, check it out. ITM is the name of my meme coin.
What is it called?
You can go to Dex Screener, just type in ITM.
You can also show it off on your screen.
Oh, I could. Yeah, here. Let me do that. Here it is. And there's a few liquidity pools because I'm just playing around. I paired it with Riku. I paired it with ETH. And I paired it with Chomp.
What is this? Is this a meme coin? What's that?
It's just the is this a pigeon meme? Is the image? It hasn't loaded the image for my thing yet because I made it yesterday.
Is that the name of the token?
That's like the name of the token is this a meme coin?
Oh.
Yeah, ITM. But the meme is this
Max said it costs like 20 cents random king to mint a billion of them, I think you said, right?
Yeah, I made a billion. I mean, I made a contract that this is the meme you probably have seen. It's like this guy being like, "Is this a pigeon?" to the butterfly.
I would have never known that was called "Is this a pigeon?" I've seen that meme.
Is this a pigeon? But then it's like always undone with like, "Is this?" and then you'd replace this with something. So it's like, "Is this a meme coin?" Is just I don't know. I was just not inspired, and I made a nonsense meme coin just to see how it goes.
And that's on the base chain.
But I paired it with a bunch of shit. So I put some liquidity in there. There's $400 total. And you can see that the pool has 2 billion, 2.7. So this is like 27% of the total supply of the token is paired in this pool. You can buy like it's crazy cheap. Like you can swap it on Uniswap. Check it out. If you wanted to, you could do it like this. Find it on Dex Screener by just typing ITM. And it's the ITM on base chain, which comes up first, which is kind of nice. And it's called "Is this a meme coin?" And then if I'm going for this one, I would just go, okay, here, ITM. This is the contract address. So you can just copy that. And then I can go over to like Uniswap, swap, and then just paste the contract address and it'll find it. And they'll say, "Hey, this isn't something that trades on other dexes, like or on other exchanges. Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure." But then let's see, for like $1, you can buy Oh, look at that. 100,000. That's 1.2 billion of these tokens. They cost $1. The fully diluted market cap of my token is $800. So, you know, if people do ape into it, like I'm not upset because whatever I put up, like all of the token is in the liquidity pool. Also, when you make a contract like that, it does show up as no issues because it doesn't have, it's not mintable. There's no like basically none of this shit. Like it's by default. I just used like a template contract, like an audited template contract. So here I can show you how to make it yourself. It's really fucking easy. Since we already went this far into point it. And hey, you know what? If you go make yourself if you make yourself your own token on base chain, let me know, and then like I'll add some of my token as like counterpart, and we can make a pool. So like you give me your token or whatever, I'll give you my token, and then just put it into a liquidity pool, and we can dick around. It is fun.
We were hoping that the Woofy bridge to base would have been live by today, but this is all on the base chain, which there will be a bridge from the Wax chain to the base chain through Woof.
The method that I used to create this token, you can use that on any Ethereum like chain. It's really fucking straightforward. There's literally just a template list of token contracts. You like select, do you want it to be? Yeah, I can just show you in a second. But like one more thing I did just because I'm testing stuff. I've shown Merkle pools off before in the past where you can, you know, farm on Uniswap and stuff, right? And you can earn rewards. Check it out. If I filter by base chain, here's my pool, ITM USDC, live earning rewards on Merkle farms. So you can see it's making $24 per day is being paid to the liquidity providers along these lines. So that's, I don't know. It's really fucking cool. Literally anybody can fucking incentivize any liquidity pool and just like,
and that's,
you don't even have to stake.
Up?
Yeah, I created this. So it's like anyone who adds liquidity to this token USD contract is now making $24 per day is being paid out to the liquidity pool. And then here is a future one, $35 per day is being added starting in 7 hours. So there's actually like, if you, like I did the math on my, because I'm the only one in the pool right now, but like the APR here is like 7,000%. It's just that like because my token is so new, it doesn't tell it what the value is, so then it can't calculate what the actual APR is. But it's, I don't know, it's fun. I'm just testing it, and like I said, I'm the only one in the pool. I'm not like advertising it, obviously, other than right now. But I'm not like telling people to fucking like, you know, go buy it and participate. I'm just trying out like what it takes to make a token and how you can then, you know, like if I, let's say I should have like a wallet. Do I have to add? I have to add another one. I don't have it on this computer, but the wallet that actually has it. But let me run really quick to the other room, find out what the link is to the like thing I used, and then I'll show you how to make the token because it's really fucking easy. It took like less than a minute.
Got a grubfish going. If anybody wants to join that, you can do ! neon on your Wax wallet, and we will give away 1 million Woof. Which I think Woofy's still doing pretty solid. I haven't really checked. I mean, a lot of the crypto market was kind of down, but Woofy was in the green for me.
Yeah, Woofy's been fucking flying. All right, here. I think I found the site is app.team.finance. So check this out. It's just a DeFi protocol, and then they have a token creator tool where you can create a list of deploy a token in seconds from a list of basically audited contracts. So all I did was say, okay, create a token, select my wallet. Okay, I have to actually use MetaMask, so I have to go here on Rabby and ban Rabby because this site specifically does not work with Rabby wallet. So almost every website that I use, you can just say connect wallet, choose MetaMask, and it'll automatically just default to Rabby. There's a few sites that won't do that. This is one of them. So I do still have to use MetaMask, which is whatever, not a big deal. So I'm going to come over here. Say again, select wallet. This time choose MetaMask. And it should prompt me. Yes, got it. Got it. Ugh, it's giving me all this fucking. Ugh, what the fuck? Of course, when I'm trying to show it, it fucking isn't working easily for me. Hold on a second.
What are you going to do with the rest of your meme coins? You're going to airdrop them to people?
Sure. Who wants 1 million? I got 100 billion or something left in my wallet. I mean, if I start giving them away, obviously, then people can start draining my liquidity pools. But I mean, part of the test is like, yeah, I can put hundreds of dollars into the pool and it can't be taken away because the tokens are like, how are you gonna get the tokens to sell them? Like, you can't. I'm the only one who has them. Let's see. Why won't you fucking connect to my? Okay, so I'm just gonna refresh the page because I just banned Rabby and sometimes it's still like stuck in the previous thing. 5. Okay, well, for some reason, it just won't let me fucking connect now. Maybe I should set my wallet here to be like. Okay, we're on ETH mainnet now. Maybe it had to do with that because I was on some weird blockchain. No. Weird. It's too bad it won't let me do this right now because it's so straightforward. But literally, all I did was like connect my wallet. Let's see if I can use a different wallet connection thing here. Mobile. You know what? Here, I will just do this.
Pretty crazy how easy it is to make tokens these days.
It's stupid easy. Connect. Okay, here we go. Connect your wallet. Say continue. Then you can choose what blockchain do you want to deploy your token contract on. Here's all the options. I chose Base. You could do Arbitrum. You could do Avalanche, whatever you want, you know? Kronos, if you want to go over to crypto.com's blockchain. Here's Binance's. So they have basically all the big ones. Again, I chose Base. So let's say we do Base. And then continue. Why didn't you change off of Arbitrum? That might have to do with the fact that I'm actually on Arbitrum on my wallet, which is on my phone. Switch networks. Base. There we go. So I have to do that because my phone is the wallet. So there you go. So Base, continue. Here I'm going to say, okay, what did I want my token's name to be? I called it, is this me coin? You can call it whatever you want, like neon on Base if you wanted to, and then you could take your token name NOB.
Make it knob.
Boom, knob coin. Let's choose an image super quickly. I guess I actually will do it. Why not? Let's see. Where is there an image? I feel like I have image files for us for neon something. Let's see. Downloads
King
maybe.
says 2 airdrops tomorrow on Wax. What's airdropping tomorrow on Wax?
Oh yes, fill me in. Either way, I mean, here, whatever. You choose your image and then decimal places. How many decimals do you want? Are you going to be like Bitcoin, 9 decimal places? The max number is 18. So it depends how divisible, like how much precision do you want your token to have? I think I did 10 on mine. There's really no reason to go much lower than, I would say, 6 or so. The lower you go, the harder it gets to, like, sell them for fractions of pennies. So, more precision, I think, is better for shit coins. Initial supply. This is how many are you minting right now? So I did 1 billion, but let's say we could do just like 1 million, right? Let's do 1 million. 3. So 1 million initial. Then here we go. Description. I called it a meme token with no value. I'm just having fun. There we go. I don't want people to like, ape into it. So if they read it, they can read the little description about it. You can then add your links and all that shit. You do have to say how many decimals. We're gonna do 10. So now our token's gonna have an initial supply of 1 million, 10 decimal places after the 1 million. I'm gonna say continue. Here's the features you can add. So reflection is if you want there to be some kind of like rebase, that's an option. So you can tell it like how much do you want a built-in tax, like KEK. If you do, where do you want the tax to be sent and stuff? You can set all that stuff here as well. I'm not doing that because I hate tokens that have taxes. Mint function. See how I've set my initial supply to 1 million. Is that going to be the max supply? If no, if I want it to be mintable, you want to check this. So now you can continue to mint the token. For my token, I just set my max supply at the same as the mint supply, so I just left this off. And then I enabled burn, so you can burn them. I haven't burned any yet, but it's possible. I'm going to say continue. And then here you go. Create contract. Knob token on base chain. Total supply minted. And it'll be burnable. Confirm the transaction. And then here's, I'll tell you what it costs to do this. It'll say in my wallet. This is going to cost 16 cents.
It's pretty cheap.
So once you do that, you'll have 1 million tokens with this contract name and everything. It'll be deployed and they'll be in the wallet that you use to mint it. So for less than 20 cents in less than a couple minutes, you can create your own token. You can do this 100 different times, pair all the different 100 tokens that you make against each other in a ridiculous Ponzi farm of liquidity pools, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. So it's very, very easy to create meme coins yourself directly on whatever fucking blockchain you want. Here's the different lists. And I'll just put the link here in the chat because this is pretty cool. If you want to make your own meme coin, literally anybody can do this.
Does the mint have to be selected?
For which one?
It looks like you just copy and pasted everything except the mint on the...
Oh, no, it's because I was on the mint token tab. So I want to go here. If I lose mint, this is the link I wanted to send so that people can come here and be like token creation and start from scratch. The other thing you can do here is check it out. They also have liquidity lockers. So once you create your token, if you want to build, you can take the liquidity of the token and lock it into like a contract where then it won't be, you won't be able to take it out for an amount of time. And usually, meme coin projects will do that where they're like, oh, it's locked liquidity. And this is basically, you can do all that shit on this platform. So let me send that as a link in the chat. So anyone who wants to can dick around and make their own little meme coins as well. Like I said, if you make your own meme coin, let me know. And maybe we can pair our shit together. Should we jump into some crypto market stuff since we're already like deep talking about meme coin bullshit?
Sure. And Renegade was saying there's an airdrop tomorrow for a wax deer or coming soon. And then for ACK aliens, there's different PFP projects.
Oh, and how do we get the airdrop? Is just everyone is getting it, or do you have to claim it somehow?
If you own the PFP, seems to be the new meta. First make a PFP, then make a meme coin, drop it at the PFP.
I honestly don't hate that. Like, meme coins are nonsense anyway, so if you have a way to drop it to people. Hey, if you want some of my here, by the way, these are my meme coins right now, so they've been running since yesterday. We have, a few people buying them. I think there's not many holders. Oh, wait, oh, look at that. Some people clicked fire and rocket too. Let's go. I think I did fire, but some people clicked rocket. Let's go. If you want some, let me know. I can send you like, I don't know, $1 million isn't going to be worth a whole lot because you can buy $1 billion for $1. So $1 million is going to be worth less than a penny. But if you want $1 million of my meme coin, let me know. I'll send it to you. Exactly. ITM is in the money. It's also not just in poker, but in option trading as well. Like if you have an option that is currently above the strike price, or a call option above the strike price, or a put option below the strike price, that option is considered to be in the money or ITM. But like I said, I wasn't being like very clever. I was just kind of like, I'll make a meme coin, and also I wanted to do it in a way where it's like, hey, I can make a meme coin that just all the liquidity exists. There isn't any nonsense like tax. There isn't any like emissions or nothing. It literally just is. I think right now like 80% or at least 70% of all of the supply is just on Uniswap in the liquidity pool. So like anyone can buy it and dick around with it, and it's not like 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 this like $10 gets you like 1.3% of the total supply. So it's not like a I don't know. It's not like anything that's supposed to have value. Like I think I even wrote into the description like, hey, this is just for fun. But that's kind of the takeaway here is like you saw how quickly you can make a token. Anyone can make a token, say that it's anything and say that it's associated with AI or with some platform and has all these plans that it's going to eventually save the world. But like it still can be done in 10 seconds by anybody anonymously. And it costs less than 25 cents to do that kind of shit. So, after paying to make all the liquidity pools and everything, this costs me maybe $1 in fees and takes maybe an hour or two. And, I can add myself to platforms like Merkle, which I consider pretty fucking legitimate. But that's just because anybody can, because you can just click here on the are you like someone who wants to supply liquid or rewards, and look at this Merkle. You can use this to select a campaign. You can use it to incentivize people just holding the coin. So you can start airdropping, tokens to people who hold your token. You can incentivize a concentrated liquidity pool. That's what I did. You can incentivize, you can do an airdrop to a snapshot. You can airdrop based on a JSON file. So you can make your own snapshot and import the JSON file here and then use this to airdrop to people. And then you can also incentivize Silo or Radiant protocol. These are both like money markets. You can do all of that shit for whatever currency you just minted right from here without like none of this costs anything. It costs gas. So, pretty cool. Did you see the new meme coin released today on Wax? Shad. Oh, isn't that from the fucking same people who did Keck? I haven't seen it yet. But I heard that was going to be a thing. It's SHSC. Oh no, that's the money sign. CH. Chad. Oh look, there's already 2 of them.
There's an imposter Chad.
They're both similarly worthless, I think. Well, this one definitely is.
Casper, yes, the token Max made is on the base blockchain.
Oh yeah, here. ITM token. Base blockchain. If you just go to Dex Screener and type ITM, it's like all of the pools that pop up on base. Is this a meme coin? It's just nonsense. Like I said, don't ape into it or buy it. I'm not going to do anything with it other than just keep playing with it and testing. It's interesting to me to be able to do like a bunch of nonsense. Plus, like I said, I get airdropped a bunch of stupid meme coins. And so I've been pairing them with it. Like I have my Riku supply. I paired that with it because I've just been bag holding it like DNA knows. And so instead of just bag holding it, I'm like, oh, I'll pair it with my own meme coin. And so same with like Chomp is another meme coin. I think that one was minted by one of the founders of like Shiba Inu. So I was like, oh, sure. Like I'll pair this nonsense with it. I don't expect it to do well. But there also isn't an emission. And like I said, all the tokens exist already. So no one's really going to dump on the market. So at least that's better than most meme coins, I guess. And then here I went to see Chad. The second Chad is also not really. What's going on with this? Let's reset the chart. Okay, got very volatile right off the bat and is kind of dropping. I don't know. How did people get this Chad meme drop? Oh, someone would love some. Yeah, hit me up if you have like your if you have a wallet address for base chain. Just hit me with it.
Like I said, your chart is reversed.
Oh, that makes sense because my wax is on top. Ah, there it is. Yep, that makes sense. Now we're in denomination in wax instead of in Chad. Interesting. How did we get this one? How did people
I think they have a website. I was just not interested in this because I feel like Keck already sucked.
Yeah. Does this one also have a tax?
I don't know. I didn't even go to the website. I was just not interested in it.
Yeah, me neither. Here, I still have all these Keck. I don't even know what they're worth. I feel like I got them airdropped and I sold. I sold an amount that I could. Oh, it looks like it.
And Wapaka said, yes, there's a 5% tax on.
For those reasons, I'm out. I don't get the tax. Where's the tax go? Is it just being burned again, or they have like some kind of? It looks like
They
Keck
have
is
a,
actually pumping again.
you're asking a bunch of questions. They have a website. If you really care, you can go to it. But
Nah, I actually don't care enough to do that. Let's look at the actual market here. Today was FOMC day, guys. FOMC meeting.
Boomshake R is asking how much USDC do you put in that pool? Or are you talking about Max's pool on
Oh,
base?
$210 or something in USD. You can even see it here. Check it out. If you type in ITM and you find the USDC ITM pool, you can then scroll down on the right and see what the pool is made up of, or it should show you somewhere. Oh, here it is. Yeah, USDC. I have 220 USDC in there, so I guess it's up 10 from when I started. I put like 210 in there, and then yeah, I guess I started with like 300 or 300 billion or whatever. So because it was like 30% of the total supply went into this pool, and then I think there's also like the next biggest one is the ETH pool, which has I think like $100 worth of ETH. Yeah, like $100 worth of ETH. So that part of that is that if ETH goes up and dollars obviously don't, then there's an arbitrage between the two pools, and hopefully people trade them, so we can get a little, because all these pools are also 1%. What is it? Liquidity cost, and my goal is to basically create an arbitrage environment that generates fee yield, and then use the fee yield to incentivize the Merkle farm, and just like see how the flywheel works. See
Wapaka
if I
said,
can make
your
it do
token might
something.
get activity if you pair it against a bunch of tokens. Arbitrage bots will make volume.
Exactly. So that's why I've done just USD and ETH with like decent volume, and then I added a few like uh I added a few meme coins. So I did Chomp and Bull Run and Riku. Those are all meme tokens that I just had. And so like I think each one of this is like $100 worth of Bull Run paired with $100 worth of my token then. And then I think it's like 50 and 50 for these other two. And the plan is also to pair it with Woofy. And for that reason is Bull Run is over on, you can see these are on Uniswap. Bull Run is on Base Swap, so that when I pair it with Woofy, there will be an avenue, Woofy to ITM, to Bull Run to USDC or to anything else. Since I don't have a USDC or ETH pool on Base Swap, these are on Uniswap. So for that reason, I also am starting one over here. So yeah, I'm kind of like just playing around. It's fun. ITM baby. But yeah, let's not waste too much time just looking at stupid meme coins I made in like a couple minutes. It's like I said, it's mostly to test and to understand how things work. And I will say I'm blown away with how cheap, fast, easy, and accessible it all is. The fact that in under like 1 hour, as someone who doesn't know how to write Solidity or blockchain code, I can create a meme coin. I can incentivize a concentrated liquidity pool on Uniswap, and I can, you know, basically supply liquidity across multiple dexes and entice arbitrage bots. And all of this costs me less than a couple dollars. And, like I said, I only made one meme coin. I could have made like 20, and I could have paired them all together. And then, like Wapaka said, arbitrage bots might step in and start trading those meme coins because, there's arbitrage opportunities. So if you create the opportunity, then generate volume from the opportunity through arbitrage trading, you can maybe get people to jump into your stuff. So it's nice, like basically learning how all this stuff works by doing is an option, and that's part of why I shared how you can do it yourself. And like I said, you can do it for less than $1 in probably less than an hour. But with all that in mind, let's take a look really quick at the FOMC meetings out today. FOMC meeting results. We kept the federal interest rate consistent, holds rate in place, slow balance sheet drawdowns. So that's basically what everyone wanted to hear. I guess we can basically just look at the title here, and I'll give a quick like synopsis of what happened today. So today was the FOMC meeting. That is when the United States Federal Reserve announces its interest rates. It's the federal interest rate for what basically big investment banks and everybody gets charged from the government for borrowing money or for printing money, basically. Um, and so what the results of this meeting is that, so basically over the course of the pandemic and leading up to it, the interest rates had been astronomically low, like around zero basically. And then post pandemic, during pandemic, they obviously printed a ton of money, and now we have inflation running away. And so now, as an effort to rein in inflation, the U.S. Federal Reserve is increasing, has been increasing interest rates. The interest rate on a federal level is, I think, 6.5% or 6% now, which is way higher than zero, which it used to be, back in like 2020, 2019. So we've been hovering around this 6.5 to 6% now for years, effectively. And in the last few, every quarter or so, they'll do an FOMC meeting where they adjust this rate. In the last few meetings, the rate has been maintained and not gone up and not gone down. And that is the same thing that happened today. The rate has not changed. The rate has been kept the same consistently. And the verbiage during the meeting, so when Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, was speaking, he was giving basically indications that they will be slowing their balance sheet drawdown, meaning they're not going to be basically as aggressively, tightening. What was the quantitative tightening it's called, where they rein in like basically money printing and government spending. And so they're saying we're keeping it all the same rate wise, and we're slowing down on this tight grip that we've been like keeping in order to keep inflation from running out of control. And so all of that is good news. It's what expected. The market was expecting the rates to stay the same. They did. And the market was hoping to hear Jerome Powell say that they were going to slow the balance sheet drawdown, and they did. So basically, if you keep an eye on like the stock market, after today's meeting, a lot of like the SPY, the QQQ and stuff, started running up again. They were happy with the news. So if we pull up, let's say here's like the QQQ, we could see this morning. So here, when I have it like this hour, the green is pre-market trading, and the black kind of area is during market hours, and the red is after market hours. So you can kind of see here during before the FOMC meeting, then the meeting was happening, the market really jumped back, and actually right before close it looks like it kind of like sold off again. And now in aftermarket is probably going to dredge a little higher, I imagine, here at the very least, to kind of like retest there. But you can see definitely the tech sector, the SPY, basically the same thing, where during the meeting you got a nice little spike of excitement, which was immediately retraced back down. So this is almost kind of a flat day. But this is expected volatility during FOMC meeting day. You usually see a lot of volatility, and then in the following day or two in the next week, now the market can calm down, pick its direction, and continue on for the next quarter with the understanding of what the interest rates and federal rates are going to be moving forward. So on the daily chart here, you can see the stock market kind of did turn bearish here. Nice. And then pulling up lately. And then, like today we had a very volatile kind of choppy day, which you can see with this long wick. Whoop. But today was mostly flat. Either way, like this still looks a little bit bearish here. Like we're basically looking to kind of retest here and are being basically rejected and moving potentially, potentially selling off our SRSI and continuing a downtrend here. We'll have to see. Obviously, like I said, volatility is more expected right now, and it's harder to make an assumption on the stock direction with volatility being as high as it is. jumping over to Bitcoin and the crypto market, you can see here's our daily chart for the Bitcoin. You can actually see we're still pretty much falling now into this cup and handle pattern still that we were trying to track. You can see when we zoom out further, it's still very much on the bullish side of this, but we definitely are now kind of pulling down to test our bull market resistance. This has been kind of expected for a few weeks now. Like we drew out this downward channel probably like 3-4 weeks ago at this point now, and so it's still not like, actually I think it was more over that, like more than a month ago, because we drew it like we got this divergence and we're like, oh, I don't know, maybe it breaks this, and it didn't, fell right back into it. So we're still kind of seeing this play out, and we really want to see that. We could probably push this up a little to hit that wick there. But basically, this is what we do want to keep seeing this kind of chop around and not fall below our weekly strength band. That's kind of where we would see, the bull market sentiment start to fade away. I know there's a lot of bullish sentiment out there still, or I mean bearish sentiment out there right now. People like, oh, the market's turning, like it's over now, and that, I think that's a little premature. We're not even bearish on the weekly chart yet. We're still above our bullish support. We've also had this epic run up here, and it's a mistake to think that there isn't pressure on the other side of these run ups. So this is kind of a healthy kind of correction back down, especially when we zoom out and we see that this was the all-time high previously. So lots of resistance here. This is where the last bull market couldn't break higher, and so we are still very much in that same range, and we are seeing that there is the resistance there, and we're getting a little bit of that, rejected at resistance, and now, are now looking to basically retest. Let's see if I can. Well, we're going to be looking to bounce, and you can see our SRSI is approaching oversold, and it is doing that right as we're approaching the strength band, which will be our support. So very much expecting in the weekly, so in the coming weeks and months, for it to bounce and then retest that all-time high again, hopefully break through and make a new high and continue the bull market up. Let's look at ETH to kind of get a sense of, is that it's very similar actually looking. So we are also still above, you can see here, above our bull market like support. We still haven't flipped. We haven't even printed bear or anything like that. If we look on the daily chart, you can see a little bit more of a bearish image here. We did get our bear print. We did get our flip in the strength indicator. And then you can see when we retested it, we were rejected. And once we were rejected, obviously, then we started to push down. We made a lower low, which we would expect in a bear trend with a rejection off the support band here. And then again, we found new support right down here where, you kind of expect it. That is the slight little hiccup here is where support was previously. Found new support there, pushed up again, retested again, and failed again. And now moving back down. So this looks pretty bearish on the daily chart. I think in the next few days, we might see, like this green line that I had drawn out. We might actually see us pushing down here to test out this green line, because this is kind of like our long-term like bull market trend. If you see, it's like moving up along here. So we had, like I was saying in the weekly chart, that huge run up we had that's now being corrected down. That is actually really easy to see here on our trend line image, where you can see, oh yeah, we were following the trend line up, and then we broke up off of the trend line, really ran hard, and now we have all this room to actually run back to the trend line. Still, when we zoom out like this, keeping it our basically our trend in mind, where it's like, oh yeah, we're still like, above the bullish trend. We did even diverge below it here. This is more bearish. Like once you fall, see how we've been grinding along the line, and then once we fell off of it here and we started pulling away, it's like, we're losing it. And then it was like, okay, we lost, and then big sell off, big red days like that. So basically we're not in those danger zones yet. I think we definitely have room to sell off to that level, which for ETH would get us another, like probably another like 10, possibly 13% before we find that support and bounce. That would be, possible still. I would say in the coming weeks, though, we are looking for it to bounce here, find some support, and start moving up. Especially now that the FOMC meeting has concluded, I think we can get a bit of a retest in the early. I guess it's already midweek in the latter half of this week. So I think moving by between now and the end of the week, I imagine we'll probably not sell off too much more and maybe get a little bit of a retest. And then it really comes down for Bitcoin too. Are we going to retest and break out of our channel, or is it going to be another peak and another lower valley before we finally do get a breakout? And then again, when we do get our breakout, what we're tracking here is the cup and handle pattern. So here I'll zoom out to the weekly so we can get an actual sense of this cup and handle. And so that will be this blue line I've drawn is basically the depth of our cup. You can see the top here. This is the top of the cup. And then this part here is becoming our handle. Wherever that handle, let's go copy and paste this. Wherever this handle finally finds support, which, with our chart here, we're looking for this green line to be that support. So, if we do kind of chop around and move down to here, then we are looking for a breakout from there that is going to be the length of the depth of our cup, which is then a 300% breakout with a target of over $200,000 per Bitcoin. So this is the slower but more higher bull market target model for what could happen. Obviously, if we break up and out of this downtrend, then it could be we invalidate the handle and we stick in a parabola breakout still. So if we do get the parabola, then we get less of a longer dredge down and a quicker breakout and move up to all-time highs, but a lower all-time high price, probably closer to like 150, 170,000 rather than 210 or 220. So let's keep an eye and see what happens here in the coming weeks. Let's jump over to Wax really quick. Wax P. We're on the daily chart. The weekly is still a little bit wild. And so here we go. Weekly chart. Whoops, don't want to move that. Daily chart for Wax P. Here we are. So you can see this week in Wax, we did continue to sell off in terms of dollars, and we retested the kind of the support line again. So you can see this is still holding as support, still like keeping us within the range of, what is that, 6 cents to 10 cents or so is kind of like the 2 orange line range that we're in. The middle here is going to be the next major kind of resistance, which is interestingly now becoming kind of like our strength band. Can actually also move it down slightly now because it should line up more with the tips of this last test. So what we're looking for with Wax then is also support to hold above 6 cents, and then a retest in the next few, like in the next week, basically, a retest to hopefully around, what is that, 7.5, 7.5 cents. We want to see it close above that. So if we can get, above our strength band here, if we can get above 8 cents again and hold for days, then we'll basically start to turn this back from resistance to support, and then we can bounce and test the next resistance line. For now, we've been pretty much beaten down to the current support line. This support has held for a long time, and we've only deviated below it slightly for a few months here, and then obviously before we broke out, this range was kind of like, or this below range was like the bottom of our bear market, with this purple line being like the floor target that we had drawn out, where 4 cents would have been like the floor for the bear market. Of course, it did drop a little lower. You could have gotten in at like the very bottom, but this was absolutely a solid floor target for us. So with all that in mind, I think Wax is looking to continue up. We want it to stay above 6 cents here, basically on the daily. So hopefully it does. And if it does not, then we'll basically have to adjust our ranges back down to to keep 5 cents as our next bottom. So then I would say these 2 red lines become our trading range versus these 2 orange lines. But for now, the orange lines are in play. They're holding. It looks like we're running out of SRSI here on the daily chart. jumping back over to the weekly, also approaching oversold. Let's zoom a little bit in here. Approaching oversold on the weekly. We are, back on the bullish side of this. We're also, if we look at this trend line of the bear market here, where we were, like each of these wicks was tapping it and getting rejected over and over again until we finally broke out. And then when we did break out of it, we pulled back and basically retested it, the trend line here, and bounced. So this breakout is basically an SR flip of the long-term bear trend line here. And we're still on the bullish side of that. Obviously, at this point, would want to maybe get a new trend line going, hopefully like a bull market trend line, something that would start around here and then move up with these floors. And now if we, zoom into the daily chart and look at that trend line, it should be something along this, where like this is where the market flipped and became bullish. And then, we broke above, retesting, bounce down. And then again, we're looking for that bounce, hopefully pushing up higher here. Then if we fall back, it should kind of like bounce above, move up, then retest here. And over time, follow a trend line similar to this, or maybe we'll, as the picture develops further, we'll be able to like more accurately draw what the trend line is. But for now, I am looking to see wax hopefully bounce this week and hold above 6 cents. With that in mind, let's take a look at our wax. Here's my wax farm. You can look at that really quick. Let's see what we got going in here. I have one thing I wanted to say because I have a wax farm here. This is something maybe a lot of people out there who are trying to have some passive wax exposure and participate in DeFi might do, but maybe it's not super straightforward to understand how to do the math here. So I'm talking about my wax LSW pool. Hold on one second. I just saw the thing that's outside on the railing drying is getting blown away in the wind. I'm going to go grab it before it flies away.
I can do a giveaway while you're doing that. All right. Let's do our Grubfish giveaway. Last call, ! Neon in your wax wallet if you want to join. We will give away 1 million Woof tokens. Woof, woof. All right, I think everybody got it. And away we go.
Flying away.
I think 1 million Woof is worth considerably more than it was last week too. We were giving it away.
Yeah. Let me do some math here.
Oh, Wapaka blew somebody up.
Damn, Wapaka, that's savage. Yeah, 50 cents now. It's 16 wax for 1 million Woof.
Yeah, my LP's been cooking. I sort of worried in there for as long as I was, but let them cook. Let them cook that Woof.
Oh shit, mine too. I'm at 5,500 wax on just the wax. 5,600 wax on the wax side.
I claimed mine yesterday. I think I had something like 200 million Woof just from fees. I was like, that's a lot of Woof just for the fees.
That's crazy. I claimed mine yesterday. I already made 2.1 million Woof in fees since yesterday. So you must have had way more than that. Probably 2 billion or something.
No, I had like 200 million, I thought.
Oh, 200 million. Okay, so that's like $120.
Yeah, I'm just holding on to that too. I think I might bridge it over to Solana because there's supposed to be some sort of gaming token airdrop to Woof holders. And I don't have anything on Solana, so I feel like moving like maybe like $100.
Prince Phoenix says it'll be worthless in 6 months. Oh man, I'll be long gone by then. I'm holding it because I want to move to base chain with the base chain thing, and then I'm going to be farming it with a meme coin that I made, and probably move some of it into like OVN or some other tokens that I actually really like that have like protocols that generate money and are profitable. You know, as far as investments go, if I'm going to invest in something, it has to be making money already, not have some kind of pitch of how it's going to make money eventually. Like the whole that's a whole thing they say on Shark Tank all the time that I love, where he's just like, oh, you're asking for a valuation for what, like your valuation is based on what it could be worth tomorrow, but you're asking for money today for value tomorrow, which is like, yeah, a lot of crypto things do that.
I do think WUF, compared to most meme tokens and stuff on Wax, it's going to be bridgeable to 2 different chains. And if you can't bridge Wax to Solana and Base, that is utility right there that I think is going to last longer than the average shelf life.
I still
of a
can't. I
meme coin.
still can't figure out how to bridge without a centralized exchange. How do I bridge my fucking Wombat over to like Polygon? There is a Wax to Polygon bridge. Why isn't Wombat on that?
All right. Exclamation point Neon if you want to join this next giveaway for 1 more million woof. And I'm going to go back to the access screen.
Rug and Pump. Yeah, dude.
There's a bunch of
You know the good
crazy
stuff.
tokens going on the Taco. There's like an anal one. And just keep pairing that with a bunch of other silly
I think
ones.
if you want to make your own meme coin on Wax, I think Wax, what is it? Waxstyle lets you do that too.
Waxstyle does. I think there's other places you can do as well. I think it's pretty cheap to make a token on Wax. Somebody's making a bunch of vulgar ones and pairing them with other vulgar ones on Taco Swap. It's the wild, wild west out there right now.
Taco has a soul. Oh. You're whitelisted for it. That's fun. I love that whole cross-chain stuff is great. Yeah, and I think cross-chain liquidity is utility. Like Wapaka said earlier, simply pairing a token with other tokens, incentivizes arbitrage traders to trade your token. And that's true even if the tokens that you're paying are USDT or whatever, a USDT and Woofy on one blockchain and then USDT and Woofy on another blockchain. Those 2 pools will have slightly different values, and those differences in values will incentivize somebody to buy here and sell here to capitalize on that price difference. That's what arbitrage is. And so basically, yeah, I don't know. Woofy, who knows? 6 months from now, who knows? But I have to say, what we're looking at right here, this is not even the entirety of what I got airdropped. This is a portion of what I got airdropped just for holding it. And I love, like, look, this is almost 11,000 wax worth of liquidity. All of this came from an airdrop. I didn't add the wax side. I sold the woof I got and created the wax side. The other portion of that airdrop is in USDT woof. And even this is like $300 again. And like, man, as much as like meme coins are nonsense and I definitely wouldn't buy them with my money, I didn't buy any of this shit. Like, they just gave me this and I love how it's going.
I also think if you look at the long-term value of what tokens have held value through the bear market, it's like Brawl and TLM are 2 of the most valuable tokens on Wax. And the similarities is they're both bridge to another chain and have centralized exchange listings, and Woofy has both of those things. So
Woofy, I would see, I think they will also get more centralized exchange listings, because the one thing I know about the team behind it, which is like that Wax team, is they can get centralized exchange listings. Like, they can get partners on other chains that will like add value, like the partnership with Base Swap for Base blockchain. That's crazy cool. Like, generally speaking, Base swap liquidity farms don't pay in Woofy, they'll pay in Base swap tokens. So if you come to these farms, and eventually we'll be able to see, like Woofy paired with something here. I'm excited
it'll probably
for that.
be Ether, right?
I would imagine so. Back to wallet. Is it not like a Rabby?
It says refresh the web page is what the browser tells you.
That makes sense, because there you go. Yeah, like all these farms here, and like there's a bunch of meme coin ones like Mochi and ETH, or Toshi and ETH, or Degen and ETH, and like look at what they pay in APR, and this APR is paid in like BSX token, which BSX token you can stake and earn a cut of this protocol's like revenue, of all the DEX swap revenue, like in USDC. So I don't know. I really like that, and that's a cool partnership that I don't see other meme coins like Keck or
Chad
like, I
now.
mean, yeah, like no shade, I guess, to those teams, but they don't have a track record of landing partnerships like that. And I'd rather dick around with. I mean, you can see what's in my yield farming wallet here. So the neon pairs I don't really balance or fuck with at all.
I
But
wouldn't
these
I
ones down
wouldn't
here,
say like go spend all your money on Woof, but I don't think it'll be completely worthless because it has utility compared to
yeah.
a lot of tokens on Wax.
As far as most liquidity like or as meme coins go, I'm relatively confident that Woof is going to continue to scale into other blockchains and not pull the liquidity and rug on its community. And that's more than I can say for like most meme coins out there.
Or even most
So
gaming tokens on Wax, to be honest.
yeah, so it's like, I don't know. For as far as that's concerned, I'm not too upset about it. We got here this brawl pool, for example. I started this with 4,000 wax, and it's now still 4,000 wax. The wombat pool also 4,000. Right now, you can see on the wax side it's down to 16, so I'm down like 800 in terms of wax. So wombat's been doing much worse than brawl, and I think wombat is a better project. Like wombat has real world utility, way more users, like it's actually a functional thing. Brawl is a game that pretty much nobody plays. It's a fun game, but like whatever. But at the end of the day, Brawl has liquidity on multiple chains. It's part of centralized exchanges that Wombat is also part of. But I guess Brawl just doesn't have the like the influence, the interest like increase in what is that called again? Inflation rate that Wombat has,
Yeah,
because there's
all the
no new
Brawl tokens
Brawl.
have been minted, and
There's
if they put them up for rewards, I guess you can maybe get farm rewards. But like, other than that, there's really not a way to get Brawl token because they minted them all.
Yeah, they're all minted and there's no more to be minted, and they're all like in circulation. Whereas like Wombat gets distributions every like months. People make new Wombat tokens and I get stake rewards from that, and all that stuff comes out,
Even
slowly
people
trickles
playing the
down the
game
price.
get Wombat like every month or whatever, month and a half.
Yeah, and then all of this Woofy, like, which is now actually the biggest position in my yield farm, this was all airdropped. And all we did was from day one when we got the airdrop, when we showed on stream, it was like, hey, a low risk, kind of high reward way to participate in this Woofy token is to just sell half of yours, get waxed for the half, pair it in this pool, and let it run. And I stand by that today, and I would say I'm going to continue to farm this Woofy token at the very least until the base swap, base liquidity goes live. And then my plan is absolutely to take some profit out of Woofy and distribute that into some of the other stuff that I do on base chain, because I really love the yield opportunities there. And once the bridge is live, I was hoping that would be today, but since it's not, we'll do a stream where we can go over how to use it, and then what options you have to do with your tokens. Let's see. I'm long on wax. Yeah, honestly, being in this pool has made me more wax than I think this started as like 3,000 wax on the wax side, or 2,000 or something, and now it's almost 6. So the amount of wax that I've gotten from just pairing my Woofy with wax is great. Plus, on top of all that stuff, we have our farm, which is printing. Like it's another chunk of Woofy in there. Anyway, let's go back to our own wallet here and see what we want to do with our liquidity. So we have a DeFi wallet that we've been messing with periodically for a long time now. This is definitely it. Not that. I want DeFi 1.ftw now. Ugh, I put the wrong password. That never happens. Let's see. Okay, I'm in. Okay, so let's see what we've done since last week. In this wallet, we have also a pool in Brawl, And then we cut our Wombat pool, which actually ended up being relatively well. And we cut it to move into Woof USDT, which did extremely well. So you can see here, if we jump on here, you can see our profit and loss is $4.80 since last week. That's fantastic considering there's only $12 in this pool. So we're up like 100%. That's pretty solid. And then we also have, Wax USDT. This is from just our rewards that we've been compounding into this pool. And then we were doing Wax LSW. So this one, I believe, yeah, we're still totally in range. We can leave this one alone. Although what I want to do with this one is let's tighten the range. I'll show you why.
Random King is asking, how can I see how big the pool is? Which pool? Like any pool?
Yeah, so if you want to see how big the pool is, like here's Wax LSW. You want to click on this up here, Wax LSW, and that's going to show me right here. And this metric here, total value locked. That's how big the total pool is, $15,000 in this pool. And then it tells you also how much volume and stuff. And then here's all the liquidity positions that make up that total value. So one more time, any pool that you're on, if you look, like if you're in the Wax Woofy pool, just click the icon top left. That takes you to the analytics page for that pool. And then again, total value locked. This is the metric you're looking for. And then again, you can actually go through and see who has how much, like which wallets hold it and what ranges are they using and how is that going for them. There's it's all on the blockchain, baby. Which is really cool. But yeah, let's see what we've done here. So we're going to go back to earn. We're looking at our pools. Brawl Wax has been relatively flat, but the reason we're in this pool is for the farm rewards, which those have not been relatively flat. I think those are still pretty fat. I'm going to toggle here to staked only so I don't have to scroll too far down. But yeah, look at that. We're earning 40, 50, 60, like 70, 6% or something APR. That's not bad. And we're earning the APR not exposed to Brawl, which is another kind of like takeaway from this. So while, Brawl might be a risky thing, it is kind of a fundamental staple, I would say, on Wax. And so I'm going to stick around in the Brawl pool because the getting's good. And we still have over a month of getting. The other two pools that we're in are USDT Woofy. We did this USDT Woof pool last week because we looked at the chart and we were like, Wax looks like it might drop for the week, but we like the Woof tokens chart trajectory. So what we want to do is we moved out of Wax into USDT and then into Woof. And if we look at how that actually went for us in the last few days, so this is the Wax chart on the daily chart here. Each one of these candles is 1 day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is basically the whole week. And so like last Tuesday was here. This is where we sold our Wax into USDT and paired it with Woof. And since then, Woof, in terms of Wax, let's just type it in. Woof. In terms of Wax, so we want Woof on top to get that. And then we'll do the daily chart as well. And here you can see 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 around here. So we bought into Woof here, paired it with US dollars, and now we're here. And so by doing that move last week, we dramatically increased the Wax value of this position, this USDT Woof, and we did really well. That was like great moves for us on that front. So since then, we've been earning also 63% APR. This is still fantastic APR, and that's on top of what the pool fees that the trading generate. So you can see we also earned about 15 cents in USDT and 253,000 Woof just from trade swapping fees. That's on top of the APR. So jumping back over to our farm again, the last pool is Wax USDT. This is one that we've just been stacking into with our rewards. And this is actually also doing really well because the price of Wax is falling. So our pool is buying more wax with the USDT side of it. And so you can see while our profit and loss is pretty much nothing, we've gotten a lot more on the wax side here. So we're at like 12 wax already. And all of this came from yield farming. So these are all just rewards. And if we think back to this wallet started with 100 wax, and we're pulling 12% of our initial principal now in simple yield in a couple weeks, this is really exciting. So to stay on top of all this, let's continue the process. It's working really well. And we know that Woof is going to get it's going to get a liquidity pool on base. It's likely going to get pumped in a bit of a hype kind of launch mania when that happens. I want to be in this USDT Woof pool when that's going on. So I'm going to leave this pool alone. The liquid staked wax pool, I like this. I think the range is ridiculous. We're doing a fucking 5% on one side and 5. This is 10% range for a token that should go up 8% in a year. So the range needs to be like nothing. So this one we're going to start by removing the liquidity, and we're just going to remove it. And I'm just going to recreate the pool straight away here. So I removed it, and now I'm just going to go to new pool, and we're just going to rebuild this pool really quick. But this time with way tighter LSW is the token we want. There's the counterpart. 0.05 is, I'm going to go for the cheaper pool. I know this is a lot higher fee, but if I go with the cheaper pool, chances are I'm going to get a lot more of the volume than I would at this higher rate. And so I'm going to bank on, deeper pool, lower fee, because this is a stable pool. Effectively, both sides of the equation should always be equal, relatively close to each other. So I'm going with a lower fee for this. And now I'm going to start by saying 5 and 5%. So let's zoom out. This is 5 and 5. You can see how wide. That's ridiculously wide already. So I'm going to go, less than 1% on that side, less than 1% on this side. Let's get this real tight and see if we got enough to cover this range. Not quite. So I'm going to crank the minimum price. Nope. Other way. 15. There we go. Now look how tight this range is. So 69.69% on the one side and 61 on the other. So 1.2% total depth here. That is more what I'm looking for. So now with just like 30 wax-ish worth of liquidity there, because we're putting 13 on one side, 15 on the other. Now I'm able to own 0.03% of a wax of a $700 pool, even though I'm doing it with, what is that, like less than $1. We come back here, like $1.50, like $1.75 maybe. So but I still own 0.03% of the pool because of how tight I've made my range now. And so we'll come back and check and see if we're still in range next week. But here, I guess we have our sense that we started with 15 wax and 13.5 LSW. We can check on that transaction next week too. These other pools, I'm going to continue to farm, but this time I'm going to go through and harvest some of these rewards. Although 0.24 wax, this isn't really worth it. I'm going to leave those farming again, the fees. But here, these fees, 18 cents, this is solid. I want to compound
Pocket said he added some ITM USDC liquidity, and he should be getting 2 USDC per day farming your token.
Dude, that pool pays out the fucking nose. Like, whatever you bought to get your initial liquidity for ITM, you should make back. Also, Wapaka, if you're making $2 a day right now, that's coming from, hold on, I guess I have it pulled up. You derailed me, but I'm gonna do it. Here, that stupid fucking meme coin I made, there's a farm for it Wapaka's talking about. So he's if you go to base chain, this is the pool here, ITM USDC, and you can see Wapaka it's currently paying $24 per day to the liquidity pool. But here's this future reward. Check it out, yo. In 5 hours from now, this starts to pay an additional $35 per day. And if you look at this reward, this still has 2 days left. So it's going to overlap with the 24. So this is going to, you're going to be making like, yeah, probably like $6 a day on your liquidity. And you could probably make that by putting like $2 or $3 into the pool. But again, I just want to see what happens. I don't think a lot of people are going to find this shit on their own. Like, this is definitely just like a fun experiment for me. And like, I mean, I own most of these tokens, so I should do okay. But I did put up like $150 worth of USDC just to incentivize this pool. But you know, should be fun. Anyway, thanks for playing, Wapaka. Anyway, let's. I just claimed the USDT WOOF fees from the fees that the liquidity have makes, and then here this is also going to be not worth claiming just yet. But the next thing I want to claim is under earn farms. There is a claim all rewards right here, and you can see that I've earned. Oh, I'll wait till this goes away. You can see that I've earned. Yeah, there it is. Like 22 cents and a little bit of wax. Great. So we'll claim this. Oh, slow poke. There it goes. Claimed. So now we've claimed all of that wax. We still have 2 wax on our wax side here. And so I'm going to go back into earn pools. I'm going to go to the pool that we use as our reward claim pool here. I'm going to say increase liquidity. I'm going to drop our remaining. Oh, it looks like we're actually not going to be able to afford the counterpart of this. So I am going to, looks like 6, 4. I need 2 wax. So I'm going to go over here, wax on edge, log into our DeFi wallet. Wapaka's farming me. He's true. It's true. Let's see. Okay, so wax on edge. I need 2 more wax. I'm going to swap from USDT. I should get it from about 25%, right? Yeah, close. Let's do like 15 or 13 cents. 2 wax. Boom. Perfect. All right, made the swap. And check it out. Wax on edge did a nice little route for me. Oh, transaction failed. Oh, it's supposed to. Let's try that again. Oh, why does it fail? Oh, amount available is less than expected. One of these pools isn't producing what it should. Oh, whatever. It's just 2 cents or 13 cents. I'm going to do it over here. 0.13 cents. What? It's going from 13 cents to 30 cents worth of wax. I'll do it. I doubt it's going to do that. Yeah, I didn't think so. Swap error. That might be why the trade route was messing up on wax on edge too, because it's just messing up, period. Yeah, look at this. Weird. It's saying there's no way it's arbitraging me like double my money. No, swap error. Weird. Well, whatever. I'm just going to add to the pool like I was going to, but I'll just do it without rebalancing my positions again. So I'll just do it like this. I'll take the 2 wax I have and add it with USDT, therefore compounding my USDT wax pool. Next, I'm going to go over to the USDT woof, and I also want to increase liquidity and compound here. 14 cents it needs. I'm actually kind of glad I didn't swap because I forgot I was going to do this. There we go. That should pretty much have spent most of my USDT. And then Brawl and Wax. I don't have any Wax left, so there's no point in trying to increase this. Plus, I don't think I have Brawl left either. So now if I go to Wallet, let's say I should have spent most of everything I have in here. Oh, there's still some Keck. Maybe we'll dump the Keck. I think it's pumped today, so today might be the move. Let's see. I think to trade Keck, you have to give it like a 5% allowance here. So I'll give it like a 7% slippage tolerance. And you do that by clicking this little icon right here. You can bring up, you can see I've set to 3 routes, and then I've changed my slippage tolerance to 7%. It's still thinking though. Fetching a price. There it is. 5 wax. Okay. Oh, you know what? This is probably going to fail too because I have to fucking manually do the math. Yeah, see? It's fucking swap error. That's why I hate Keck. That's just so dumb. Fucking stupid. So I need to put, like, keep 5% or whatever this token aside. So I guess I'll just set this number to 4 instead of 6. And that way I should have some fucking amount of the token that I can just burn in this transaction. Nope. Let's set this to 0 and see if that's enough. And it is not. Failed with the message. Hold on, what does this say? What is not active yet? Swap Alcor pending output. I have not seen that error before. So I'm going back to Wax on Edge, and let's see if Wax on Edge can handle my swap here without me having to. So I'm just going to say 75% this time. Fuck it, right? 1.6 Wax ain't bad. Hey, Wax on Edge did it. Thanks, Wapaka. I don't know what the fuck Alcor was saying. Something about like output pending. I don't know. Whatever. So I dumped all of that. We'll keep that wax now. That's fun. I'm going to go back to my wallet. Okay, I have a little bit of USDT left. A little bit of wax. Actually looks like 10 cents of each. So fuck it. Last thing we'll do is top off this pool one more time. Increase liquidity. I should have just about enough. Yep. There we go. And let's let that farm. Not only is that gonna, if wax keeps falling, this is gonna keep buying more wax for me, which is kind of what I want. But also, there's a farm, and look at that, it's paying almost 30% APR. Like, that's great for wax USDT. I'm gonna leave this farm in. All right, and that's all I'm gonna do for the wax DeFi for today. What I want to keep my eye out for in wax is, so we have a few people in chat. Let us know there is a few airdrops coming up if you hold specific PFPs. I don't, but if I did, I would definitely keep my eye out for that. So definitely do that if you are one of the lucky people in those airdrop crosshairs. And then what I really want to see this week is the announced Woofy migration over to Base Chain, where they will eventually have their own liquidity farm here on Base Swap. Farms, which I'm really excited for. I think that's a really cool thing, not just because it's a new DEX and something exciting to do with my Woofy tokens, but it's also a new blockchain ecosystem. There's a lot of stuff going on Base Chain that kind of rocks, including this amazing meme coin, which Wapaka is now farming too. Let's see if oh yeah. Oh wait. Oh, this is Riku. That's why I'm like ITM. Including this amazing nonsense meme coin that I made yesterday. Oh yeah, here you go. Wapaka. Oh, look at that. Since Wapaka jumped into the pool, it climbed up a little bit. But yeah. This on a more serious note, there is actually really cool liquidity opportunities there. Like I'm using the farm to incentivize my meme coin nonsense, but if you actually look on base chain, there is huge APRs being paid to Uniswap liquidity pools like USDT, USDC, where I have like this pool, for example, is paying 48%. I added some liquidity this yesterday. I already made one Uniswap token, so it's paying in Uniswap tokens, which that's fucking awesome. So doing stuff like that, it's going to open up our world here for our DeFi Wax Wednesday trading when we can actually bridge some of our stuff over to the base chain. But until then, let's keep our eyes peeled here. We want to see some airdrops, and then of course we want to see the Woofy bridge to base chain going live. That should happen sometime this week. Trademark soon, so we'll see. But yeah, exciting. It looks like the markets are kind of in flux a little bit, and that's expected because it's FOMC day. So I think we want to see the markets continue flopping around until they pick their direction, which should happen by like early next week. But I think volatility is expected definitely for the rest of the day and next rest of the week, just because FOMC meetings and all that kind of development becomes priced in, and as that's happening, we get nice market fluctuations. So expect volatility every time there's an FOMC meeting, but this time is no different. And then just kind of the takeaway from today's meeting was also positive. We got the signals that we wanted to hear about slowing down on the quantitative tightening that had been happening for the last year or two. And we got our, interest rate staying consistent, which is what the analysts were predicting would happen. So there's no upset to shake the market down anyway. So I'm expecting the activity in the market to just be, not a whole shakedown as much as it's just standard volatility following FOMC news. So yeah, on that news, or on that note, maybe we give away another million woof, because those
Crittercraft exclamation point neon.
How many woof do we have left in the giveaway wallet?
A lot still. We have, let me refresh this. We have 358 million woofy.
Hey, we can do 1 million a day for a year.
We do a couple million every time we stream, but
yeah, we also have. I think we have another $500 million in just the treasury wallet, like the Neon Space wallet.
I thought you sent that to this wallet.
Oh, did we?
That's what we're giving away right now.
I thought I sent only half, maybe.
Oh, I don't know how much you sent, but
let me check. I thought we had a shit ton. Because Neon Space had over $1 billion.
I feel like we should have had 800 million.
Let's see.
So I don't think we would have any of the participating NFTs. We don't really collect NFTs on our company wallet. And you got 800 million for being in the top tier. But they're supposed to give us more for being a partner. So, once that distributes, I think we should have more.
It looks like... Yes, I sent it all to Give.Neon. 738 million is what we had.
All right, let's do this giveaway.
Damn, so have we given away already 300 million?
No, we sold half of it.
That's what happened.
And then we're using that to buy Neon to incentivize the Neon Wax liquidity pool on Alcor.
Oh, nice. And yeah, that's right. And then that amount of wax that we got from that is enough to incentivize that pool for a long time too.
That's going for a minute. We still have, I think, 1,000 wax left from this wallet to incentivize. I also sent. I think that the liquidity pool rewards are about to end, but I sent them to Zuller like a week ago, maybe longer. So hopefully
Nice.
it re-ups. But
Yeah, hopefully it's. I think we're coming up on the last day here. Let me
I can
check.
maybe poke him again and see if he can add those. But yeah, I sent him the neon, so he has the neon. He just got to whatever he does to put it into the farm.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I finished today. Looks like.
Oh, brutal. Oh my gosh. That's some
Oh,
dodgy grubbing.
random king's going for it. He's going all the way.
Oh,
Oh, he's done it. I didn't even broadcast or curse him. 1 million.
close.
$1 million.
I'm not sure when the partner wolf is going up. I think that's like in the next week. So we should have more wolf to give away.
Oh, nice.
$1 million wolf. We can do another one. Maybe we'll give away an NFT as well as 1 million wolf. We can give away. We do have the wolf, the Dogzilla wolf.
Ooh.
So we'll give away one of these guys with 1 million wolf. Double wolf.
Nice.
NFT and FT wolf. So exclamation point neon on your wax wallet if you want to join. Let me see if I can find that chat in the wolf Discord, because they told us when they're distributing the partner stuff. I want to say it was like May 6th or something. The allocation will begin on May 6th. That was correct. So potentially the end of this week we'll be receiving some. They also said they're not going to give it like all at once. They want to like drip it out. So I don't know how much we're going to get, but also we're not giving a ton away.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Let's see what else.
I
have my Counter-Strike thing pulled up. It's probably my best day in DraftKings Counter-Strike Fantasy. I got in first, second, and sixth place in the same competition. I qualified on, I think, 4 out of 7 of my entries. Pretty good. I paid 70 cents to get in and won $4.45, which is good.
That's pretty good. Good getting. Yeah.
I guess 7 out of 7 would be better, but it's pretty hard. Pretty hard to do that well in fantasy. I've been enjoying watching the tournament that's happening right now. Look at that on HLTV. We also have a Neon Fantasy League going. Whoever wins the Neon Fantasy League gets 2 Neon. That's our new prize fund for winning Counter-Strike Fantasy, and it's free to play.
Yeah.
You can't join now because it's already started, but
we could do and 1 million ITM tokens.
if you have a baseball and stuff,
I gotta do something with them.
But yeah, the next tournaments, or the next part of this tournament, which will have a new fantasy lineup, starts on Tuesday, I believe. Actually, I can just check here. It says playoffs. When do the playoffs start? The playoffs start, next Tuesday, the 7th. So if you want to try to join us in Counter-Strike Fantasy and win some Neon, let me know. They haven't made the sign-up form yet, but I will be sending it to anybody who wants to do it as soon as it pops up. Let's see how we're doing in our current fantasy. Go to the Neon League. I am the KYs in first place right now with 209 points. My dad is in second place with 198
Damn, I'm not doing
points.
so hot in this league.
I think that's not going to go that as well for KY as my dad, because I think KY has had all of his guys play 2 rounds. Actually, I guess Nertz has not.
I still have a few guys going.
So he still has one guy that needs to play, but my dad has 2 people that haven't played. It's Brolin and Torzy. Oh, no, wait, sorry. It's Alexi B and Bit. So I don't know. That actually might be pretty close. He has 2 players, but an in-game leader, and then KY has 1 player, but he's like the star of the team. So I could see that going either way. Myself, I'm in third. I still have my biggest star in Ema playing tomorrow.
I didn't know these teams that well. I went with Mouse, and you went kind of the same. Liquid.
Buzz King here, who's in the chat, is in 4th place.
Buzz King, who just became a Wolf millionaire.
But he's got a Brolin and JL, which is crazy. He's like the star of the 2 best teams. And then this guy's kind of a wild card.
That guy's going to turn you down.
Like, they literally didn't have a world ranking because their roster never played together before this tournament. So I thought they were not going to do as well as they're doing, but they're actually doing okay. And then Max is in 5th place. You got 2 players playing tomorrow, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, I still got like 2 guys going.
But you got Brolin, too. Brolin did super good today. Brolin got 36 points today.
Oh, yeah. He's the one I spent most of my shit on, and I doubled his boost.
Got Mono Suerte in 6th place. Which also, wonderful Gym Pad is a crazy combo to have. Those are like, Gym Pad's the best player or the highest rated player in Mouse, and then Wonderful's the highest rated player in Navi, and those are the 2 highest rated teams in the whole tournament. So, not a bad pair to have. He's just got to bet on 3 in-game leaders doing well. We got Rocket. Rocket bet on the Australian team. Did not turn out too well for him today, but otherwise doing pretty good. This is, I think, Diamond Nips is his Discord handle, but he's got different names on different things. He's doing all right. Fallen did not do so hot for him today. Furia just looks bad. Furia is like I think like 19th rated team in the world, and they've lost 2 rounds in a row, and they just lost to like the unrated team that's never played in a tournament before, which is kind of wild.
Damn.
And then we got RCK MTL. He's got 2 players with negative 21 points. That's not what you want to see. This is also his first time ever doing fantasy. And I told him, I was like, hey, like, I looked at your team, and by the way, you should try to pick teams on the top of the list, because you picked like 3 of his players are on the bottom 3 on the list, which is like the 3 worst teams in the tournament. I was like, that's generally not what you want to do. Unless I'm in this league where it's the worst team wins, and you try to pick the most negative points you can get, and fucking, because this team won by so much, it screwed me. This team was supposed to lose. But it's a fun league. You just try to pick all the crappy players and get the most negative points. And then, yeah, this was like the upset. It was Forza versus Furia. Furia's rank 17, Forza's unranked, and they went 13-7 and then 13-0. They got 0 rounds against a team that like.
Oh, also, I saw that.
All these players are like tier 2 to tier 3 players. These are not like, it's not like, oh, this is an unplayed team and they have a bunch of stars on their team. Like, they don't have any stars, and it's all like lower tier players. So they should have gotten murdered. But Furia, not looking good for them. They recently just lost one of their players and replaced him. Art. They kicked Art, who used to be their in-game leader, and added Kai, who is clearly not doing very well. But they're in trouble. They might fall out of, like, they're kind of a tier 1.5 team. But I could see Furia, if they're playing like they're playing right now, like, they're not going to make it to all the LAN events like they have been.
Yeah, I feel like this pizza is perfectly fine without pineapple.
KY got 3, 5, 20, and 52. Nice. I think I had 4 qualify as well in the
Damn.
dime competition. Let's see. My teams only. How do I see my teams only? Show only mine. I got 1, 2, 6, and 33. So I got 4 out of 7, which is pretty darn good. But it is cool that like KY and I like. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3.
Crazy. You're like
4.
top 50 in every league.
We got 5 out of the top 10. Just KY and myself. So Team Neon dominated this, which is DraftKings. This is where you bet like actual money are. HLTV one is free if anybody wants to join it. And you could potentially win Neon, so I feel like there's no risk and there is reward. So tomorrow, let's see what's happening tomorrow. We got FlyQuest versus Boss. That's an American team, I believe. Boss is American.
Two of my guys played
FlyQuest
him.
is Australian. FlyQuest is like pretty by far the best Australian team in the world, which has been kind of like tier 2, tier 3-ish, but they're starting to look like they can actually beat some tier 1 teams. Like they beat Cloud9 in Chengdu, which Cloud9 is kind of in a weird spot right now, but still they have a bunch of like tier 1 star players. So FlyQuest is looking good for an Australian team, and they had to play Navi the first round, which is the second ranked team in the entire world. So not surprised they lost, but I feel like they should be able to beat Boss, which is the 3 Americans, 2 Canadians team. That one might actually be a good game though. And then Navi's playing Big. Are they German? Yes, they are. This is Max's team you should be rooting for. But they're a full German team. They're ranked 37 in the world. They're kind of like, I feel like they're ranked lower than they should be. I feel like this team should be ranked like 25 or something, but they're kind of like a solid tier 2 team, and they're playing Navi, who's ranked 2nd in the world, so probably not going to go well for them. Para is another Australian team versus Ninjas and Pajamas, I believe, is Swedish, right? They're kind of mixed now, but I think they're a Swedish like organization, even if the players are all different. Maxter's, I think he's a player to look out for. This guy is, I think, could be a tier 1 player, even though his team's not really a tier 1 team. Like I could see this guy getting picked up off this team. He needs more experience playing against high-rated teams, but he did pretty well. They played, who did they play the first round? Ninjas and Pajamas played. Oh, I have like don't show results on so I don't spoil stuff. I turn that on because when I wake up, I like to rewatch the matches and don't want to see who won.
I usually do that too. I'll watch them like once they're on YouTube.
Ninjas Pajamas played Heroic, which Heroic's ranked like 9 in the world or something, 10 in the world. And Maxter still went +3. He got a 1.19 rating against like a top 10 team in the world. The rest of his team didn't do nearly as well. Alex is all right, but I feel like if this guy can continue to put up those numbers against like high tier teams, like he's going to get taken off this team because he's kind of like carrying this team, and they're not going to win anything, but we'll see. I like him. He just got pulled up from the rookie organization. Like he was on NIP, the Young Ninjas, which is like their farm team. And like within the last month, they pulled him up. And the other guy they pulled up was Blue Phoenix, who's not been able to really adapt. He got -17 kill minus death. But Maxter's been like performing like consistently the top of his team versus no matter who they play. So he's the guy to look out for. I would say I like him. Wrinkle also is a newish addition. He's been on for like 8 months. He's an opper. He's pretty good too. I could also see NIP. I think they need to replace Blue Phoenix. It's just not cutting it. But I think if they either add like a couple good players and they could bump up to like a tier 1.52 team, or their good players are going to get taken off this team and go somewhere else. It's usually what happens. What else we got tomorrow? Complexity versus Heroic. Complexity is the best American team in the world. I root for them, even though they always choke.
I think Heroic is who I have tomorrow. There's 2 guys.
Heroic is,
so I'll be rooting against
rank 10. And I guess Danish primarily. Is that what the Denmark flag? Yeah, Danish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rooting for Complexity, even though they're 13. 10 versus 13 is pretty close, though. It's not like this should be a blowout.
No, that'll be a good game. That's
Ents
gonna be
is
what
playing-
takes me into the lead in our fantasy league. My guys are gonna crush.
I feel like you need a lot of points to be in the lead.
Oh, they're gonna do it.
I don't think so, but we'll see. If they freaking do what Mao's did to Complexity and win like 26 rounds, then maybe. But it's going to be a pretty impressive win. Because we got the people that are ahead of you still have players left to play tomorrow, too. Ents versus Monty. It's world rank 15 versus 26. Monty just had like 2 new players on their team, though. They lost their in-game leader, and then Bro got traded to Astralis. So they have
Monty's
like two new ones, and Wario 2K is their new in-game leader, which he was their like secondary caller, so he had like some strategy calling experience. And Ents has been playing pretty bad lately, so I don't know. I can see that one going either way. It should be Ents though. Gamer Legion versus 4Z. This is the team that has no world rating because they're a brand new lineup. And Gamer Legion also lost 2 of their players, or they benched 2 of their players recently. They benched A-Core, and I forget who the second one is, but they've got like 2 really young players filling in. So,
okay,
we'll see. I feel like Gamer Legion should for sure win this, but also I was not expecting 4Z to be able to beat Furia. So I don't know if Furia is just fucking awful or 4Z is actually good. So
maybe like those young kids, like because they're like coming up and they got everything to prove, and it's like an underdog story. Maybe they just like step up.
The young guy actually like
rush.
If you look at their recent scores, the young players have been outperforming like the veteran players. They actually are pretty good. So like, let's see, when they beat Ents, Slend, who's the new guy, plus 20 kill minus death and a 1.5 rating.
Damn.
I feel like them getting slaughtered by Maus isn't fair, so let's pick like them versus Big. Slend and Andu, the 2 new players, plus 18 and plus 9, and then everybody else went negative. So like the 2 new players are like consistently doing pretty good. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like Volt can be okay too, but I don't know who their fifth is because that player is not the same guy that's playing right now. Gamer Legion also like, I think they made it to the final at the Paris Major last year. So they went from being like one of the top teams in the world to really just struggling in the last year.
Damn.
I think Isaac got to go. Isaac's been kind of a weak link for a while, but we'll see. I don't know what they're going to do with their organization. Excited to find out tomorrow, though. Yeah. Trep Nong says, I feel like I'm looking at my old teams on HLTV. Trep Nong's in the fantasy.
It's crazy that those teams are still around like 15 years later.
Yeah. I mean, some of the organizations have been around for a long time. Fnatic, I think, just partnered with that kind of like Overwatch looking game that people have been playing that's an NFT game. And they're now like have a partnership with Fnatic, who's been like a decade old Counter-Strike organization. So that's kind of a big deal.
Huh.
DNA, you should join us in fantasy. Even though you said you watched 15 years ago, get back into it. There's never a better time. Honestly, the production's way better now than it was 15 years ago. Like, they're real good. I'll show off. Cadian got a clutch today. That was pretty dope. Cadian 1v3. I was watching this game live and I was pretty stoked on it. This guy got me negative points yesterday, so I was like, he needs to recover. And today he got me like 30 points, but this is one of his. Also, this was in overtime. The other team was winning 19-18, so like this is pretty huge time to come in and actually have impact.
Yeah, very quickly. This is a convincing one despite Now's best efforts.
There's 1, 2.
Damn, nice quick scope.
Easy one, he could just stick it, doesn't do so. Doesn't care now. He's panicking, and Cadian, he's clutching, he's got the kill, and he's won it. He's actually gone and done it. The Cadian special, making it possible.
They're also not playing in front of a live audience, so that like thing usually do that like so the crowd cheers. There is no crowd. He did that just to fucking like taunt the other team.
Isn't the other team in the same room? Like,
yeah, they're just sitting across from him, so he just
Yeah.
like fanned himself off.
What you can do, all you can do. Oh no.
Those reactions are great.
We had Stout on the podcast, and he just goes, "Cadians, there's something magical, like a Cadian clutch. You could just see like the mood he gets in, and just his ability to pull it off. Mental. Get trucked. Oh, Laura realizes he may have let it go, and then he.
The other team's pissed. Let's see. He had an ace too. Let's see if they have that one up. Gideon ace versus Monty. It would have been posted in like the last couple of hours. Today.
Passed him, so you kinder up on the stairs. Tough place to be. Same with Nap. Picked off by the
There's
other
one.
Cadians here.
There's two.
Forum, covering fire with the off. And Yakinder, they're going to swing wide. He goes down, so it's all on Cadian. He's off the ace. 3 so far.
3.
4, and now he can keep Deco off the ball. Liquid, they're going to take this series. Are they 2-0? Cadian? Yeah, nice and easy.
There it is.
13-11, and he's
Oh, they don't have the replay of it, but yeah. I was stoked on that. He had like a negative K- D2 before he did that, and the 5 kills like pushed him positive. And that's also a shit ton of damage for your rating.
Yeah.
Liquid's also like they're like a grandfathered North America team. 2 of them are Canadian and then 3 of them European. Still considered an NA team to most people because they have 2 Canadians on there, but I'd say they're the second best North American team in the world. Complexity is the best, and M80 is the third right now. So I'm usually rooting for them, even if I don't have any like fantasy players on the team, just because I want to see the North American teams do well. That helped me a lot today. So shout out to Cadian. I'm pretty sure he's like a very decorated pro as well. Like, let's go look at his HLTV profile. He's got, what is this trophy? Oh, that's from like, they won the Blast Premier final in 2023. That was last year. And 2022. Beating out FaZe. There's a gold. Maybe this is like, top 20 in the world. He got in 2023, got number 18 in the world. So,
Damn.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But he's like the kind of like meta for North American teams is even if you have all North American players, like the in-game leaders are always European. Like if you look at Complexity, he's actually South African, but JT's their in-game leader. He's South African. And then if you look at Liquid, it's Cadian. And if you look at M80, I believe Sin is their in-game leader, and he's German. So like all of the best American teams have non-American in-game leaders. So you usually get like your fraggers and star players, and then have somebody with more experience from Europe to be able to call for them. I wonder who Complexity is going to play if they lose to Heroic, because I feel like that's probably going to happen tomorrow. If Complexity loses to Heroic, they will end up playing against Boss or FlyQuest. It'd probably be FlyQuest. And then whoever wins that is going to play against Navi versus Big, but I think Navi is going to be big. Be a pretty big fuck up if they don't.
Yeah, Navi won the major.
Yeah, there's the number 2 ranked team in the world right now, which a lot of people think was a fluke. They're like, they will never win another event this year. So Navi is the team I support. They're my favorite team. So I'm rooting for them. I'm like, come on, fucking Navi. Prove to these people that it wasn't a fluke. They've been pretty solid this year, though. I was also saying before the major is like, you can go find the screenshots in our Counter-Strike channel. I was like, if all of Navi's players play to their ceiling, I think they can be the best team in the world. Like, their problem was like, they always had people like slumping. Like, Ema was playing pretty poorly. But if Ema is playing good, he's a star player. He was on I think he was on Gamer Legion when they made it to the final in the major in Paris. Let's see if I'm correct about that. Yes, he was on Gamer Legion up until midway through 2023.
Is Navi a Russian team? I don't know.
Navi's Ukrainian.
Oh.
So
It's
they're
like the
technically like an international team, but they're an international team, but I think they're like based in Ukraine. Two of their players are Ukrainian. Generally, whatever you have the most of is what your team is. But they're like a full European roster because they have, what the fucking flag is that? Or like Romania, Alexa B is from Finland.
I see Crittercraft right now, which.
Oh, I'm looking on the wrong fucking screen. You guys can't see what I'm looking at.
I can't see the flag.
That means everything I've been doing has not been on screen. Whoops. I've been looking at Counter-Strike shit for like the past the entire time I've been talking about it.
You switched in between because it was showing Counter-Strike from it. The Crittercraft hasn't been on for that long.
Navi used to also have Simple, and Simple is Ukrainian. So they had like a more Ukrainian, and their coach is Ukrainian as well. Yeah, they're 2 Ukraine, Bit and Wonderful, and then JL is from Lithuania, Ema is from Romania, and Alexi B is from Finland. And I believe they call in English. Most international teams call in English. It's like the language they use that everybody understands.
That works for me.
But I like Navi is my favorite team to support. When I got into them, they were like not doing super well because Simple, the best player in the world for CSGO, took a break from playing, and they had to replace him with Wonderful, who's actually been fantastic. But like, I don't know, nobody's expecting them to perform better with a new guy than like the GOAT of CSGO, and they weren't winning with Simple, and they are winning with Wonderful. So I mean, my hot take is Wonderful is better than Simple at CS2, but OGs will think I'm crazy. But I mean, the results speak for themselves. They're a major winner. Although, I mean, Simple won a major, but it wasn't in CS2. The best Russian teams right now are like Spirit is a Russian team. Virtus Pro is a Russian team, and Cloud9 is a Russian team. There's a lot of good Russian Counter-Strike teams. They're like one of the best countries for Counter-Strike. You can't bet on them in DraftKings though. Like if there's a Russian organization, they like don't put their players into the fantasy. So it always bums me out when there's a bunch of Russian teams in tournaments. And I'm like, oh, like half these games I can't pick players for.
Yeah, they're sanctioned.
You can also look at this website's so great. You can see like the ratings per country. If you look at like complete ranking, these are the world rankings, but then you can do regional rankings. And Russia's got Spirit being the top one. They got Donk. Donk is like the upcoming superstar. Some people think he'll be the #1 player of the year this year. Other people think he's not consistent enough. We won't know until they play more tournaments. It's weird they're not in the ESL Pro League though. Like they're not even competing in this tournament. Virtus Pro is
I like
pretty
Donk.
solid.
Donk is fun to watch, dude. Donk just multi-kills like a madman.
Virtus Pro is like a top 10 team, and then they picked up Electronic, who is the best player on Cloud9. So people think that they could be like a contender to be winning tournaments now. They didn't do well in this one so far, but this is also like their first time playing with a new player, so it might take a while to like see if they can gel together. Aurora is kind of like an upcoming team. They're like a tier 2 team, but they've been kind of dominating the tier 2 scene. I start to think if Cloud9 stays a Russian team, they're going to take players from this team. I think they'll take Kenzie and Deco. And I think Magno Jez is like a really good entry fragger. So I feel like Cloud9, if they're going with young players that are Russian, they're probably going to take those 3 would be like my guess. But other people think Cloud9 is going to reform as an international team because they're also they're like Russian and American. So they might hire like a full international team rather than all from Russia, but nobody knows yet. They kind of like they benched 2 of their players and traded their best players, so now they all have like the in-game leader Boomich and then Perfecto are the only people left on the team. Let's see. This team, I think internationally, is ranked like top 30 right now. Running, 23. So Russia's got 3 teams in the top 30. Let's see other United States teams. We got we've got a Complexity, and then like the next team is so far behind for like a full American team.
Complexity is at
Let's
least
see what
like
their
kind
ranking
of
is.
good.
Complexity is a top 20 team. The second best one is ranked 45. I also consider M80 an American team, even though they're not considered American.
Why, they just have a lot of American players?
They've got 3 people from North America, 2 from America, like the country America, and then the others from like Guatemala, which is Central America, but Central America is in the continent of North America. So 3 out of 5 North America, and 2 of them being from America. I'm claiming them. They're an American team, but not on HLTV. South America has some pretty good teams. South America has a lot of like top 30 teams, but they like don't really have any teams that are tier 1. They're like all tier 2. Complexity is considered a tier 1 team. And I don't know like what I feel like most of the European teams are like European mix. But let's see. Denmark's got, I guess, all of frickin' Astralis, which is a really incredible team now, is
they're
Danish,
good.
and then also Heroic. So there's actually a lot of good Danish teams. I didn't know Falcons were considered Danish. They're like a Saudi Arabian organization. But if 3 of their players are from Denmark, then they're Danish. So Denmark, bring in the heat in Counter-Strike. Finland, no, if Happy was your best team, you're not doing shit. Best German team is Big, who we looked at earlier. Norwegian, we got 777. I don't think I've even seen them play. Poland, we got ENS. ENS is a top 20 team right now. So I'd say Denmark and Russia are the 2 best countries for teams right now. Sweden's got Matizeport, who are like pretty tier 2. Ukraine got Bait, B8. I still consider Navi a Ukrainian team, even though they no longer have a majority Ukrainians. United Kingdom, Endpoint is their best team. China's got Lin Vision and Tyloo. I don't know any Indian teams. Godrain, 9 points, not a lot. The Mongols are actually pretty solid for Mongolia. They're rank 17 in the world right now. They're like the best team in the entire Asian region. And then I think second best is Lin Vision. Then Australia, we got FlyQuest. And that's geography plus Counter-Strike, if anybody cares.
There you go.
I'm excited for M80 though. If we look at let's look at the M80 got kicked out of this tournament, but like nobody's expecting them to do as well as they did. They beat G2, which is the number 5 ranked team in the world. Where's their? They're in Group B. They lost to BetBoom. Then they beat the Sharks, and they beat G2. And they lost to BetBoom a second time, and then they had to play G2 again and lost to them. But I think Malb's MD is like probably like a top 5 North American player in the world. If M80 doesn't make it to tier 1, I think he's going to be scooped up by a tier 1 team. If you look at his rankings recently, he freaking shreds. He's got a 1.29 rating, which 1.3 is solid. But then you're like, well, he plays tier 2. He's playing against not good people, so he's just farming them. But then if you look at like his recent matches, which we will look at, he got probably like a 1.2 something versus G2, even when his team lost. +9 KD.
Damn.
He got plus 21 KD versus Tyloo. Bet Boom, when his team lost, he still got plus 11 KD and probably like a 1.3 there. G2 again, he went even, but let's see what his score was. I bet it was above a 1 still. Best of 3. Yeah, he still got a 1.29 rating. So like against top 10 teams in the world, he's still like fucking people up. So I feel like Liquid or Complexity is gonna end up picking him up. Liquid is also like, I don't know. I think you should place Yukindor in Liquid. Yukindor's been kind of blown at lately. But he does really well. Him versus Liquid, he got plus 13 kill death ratio, a 2.56 rating on this map. That's insane.
Damn.
But I feel like most of the reason why M80 is like kind of emerging out of the tier 3, tier 2 scene and climbing up is because of Malps. So I feel like he got a 2.56 rating. That's insane. What was that for the whole map? 1.59, which is still really good. Anything above 1 is good, and like above 1.2 is like exceptional. I don't know. I like M80. The Americans are also doing pretty decent too. Like Swisher and Rek have had some good plays. Slacks is also a really solid opper. I could see M80 like climbing naturally. So I don't think the roster's been together that long either. How do I see their team page? Show me M80 team page. Overview. Sometimes I don't get like HLTV showing me a weird, like it doesn't show you the homepage for M80 when you click on it. I feel like go find it in the search. The roster's been together for 9 months for the core, and then Sin, who's their new in-game leader, has only been around for 1 month. So their team captain who's calling plays for them only been for 1 month, and they're already like climbing significantly in the world rank. Then Slacks, their opper's only been there for 5 months. So whole team's been around for less than a year. And they're already like beating teams like G2 and Liquid, who are pretty tier 1 teams. So look out for M80, the North American, but mostly American team. We're claiming Malbs. I'm claiming him as the North American hero. Look out, Elige. Malbs is coming. All right, last call for this giveaway. Exclamation point Neon on your Wax wallet. And we'll probably call the stream. I got to make some food. I'm hungry.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited
check
for
on
that tomorrow, though.
I got to copy that. Somebody sent me their base chain wallet earlier in the chat. I have to.
I think it's
find
Casper. If you want to hit him up on Discord.
Casper. Okay, I have to find him. Send him 1 million tokens. Ooh, we're up 48% in 24 hours. So easy when there's no
Do
sell
this
pressure.
giveaway. Neighbors bumping some tunes.
Yeah, I hear that too.
Sometimes it's like aggressively loud, but I'm also pretty loud, so I'm like, fair enough.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and then I'll add some tokens to our like leagues so that our Counter-Strike League winners can get like, I don't know, like 100 million or something more significant. Maybe even like 1 billion. We give 1 billion tokens.
What's the max cap for it?
1 trillion. So 1 billion is 0.1% of all of them. It's not a small amount.
Prince Paradox, congrats. You won 1 million wolf.
I made 1 trillion. Plus, like you can join me in Wapaka in the farm. Like I'm making like $7 a day just like farming that shit, and it pays in USDC. So
I like that too. So you're not like just creating sell pressure for the token.
Yeah, and also if the
you
market
said you're going to refill that with the fees you get from the LPs.
That's the goal. Is like I want to see if I can do something like that, where it's like I'll take whatever all of my LPs make, and then just like take the non ITM. So I don't want to sell any of my own token, but I'll sell the counterpart of all the of all the fees, and then use that to incentivize the pool more, and just keep going. And then maybe you just burn the other ones or something, like, because I can burn them so that it's like they deflate. I don't know. I'll come up with some kind of like flywheel for it. We'll see how it
All right,
goes.
let's do one final giveaway. This will be for a million Wolf, and then we'll give away the Sune Love Chicago, since that convention just ended last weekend. Sune Love Chicago plus 1 million Wolf. If you win, you double win.
Oh yeah. Let me put woof right now. 1 million. 1 million woof is.
I'm also trying to finagle my way into a mythical and NFL Rivals. I pulled 2 legendaries and I need 3 of them. So I need to buy 1 legendary. So I'm playing with the market over there right now.
Oh, it's climbing up. It's 17 wax now for 1 million woof. That's pretty dope.
That's pretty solid. And if wax ever goes to $1 again, that could one day be $17.
That's a pretty solid. Yeah. What you could do is just take the wax and put it into LSW and sit on it until it climbs back. Then you'll have earned.
I do like that if you have LSW, like, you can probably sell it. Like, you don't need to wait the 3 days.
Oh,
As long
yeah.
as there's enough liquidity to trade back into it. So if there's like a huge pump, you can kind of capitalize on it and not miss it.
Yeah, exactly. Although I feel like during a huge pump is the most likely time for it to like lose peg.
Lose peg, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying depends on how much you have, but I feel like if you don't have a crazy amount, you probably make it work.
Yeah. The whole other side of that is that a loss of peg in that token should theoretically never last longer than 3 days.
Yeah. I also feel like depending on how big the spike is, like losing peg slightly, it still might be worth it to sell it because, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it goes to like $1 and then falls down to 80 cents. Like, you can take that.
Yeah.
That haircut.
Take like a 3 or 5% cut or something. That's fine. That's true. Plus, it also like generally like what you can do if you're like crazy is like just buy the dip then too. If you're still like wanting to stay in wax, just like, oh, like I want to buy it, just buy the like depegged one and unwrap it into regular wax, and then once it pegs back, just buy it back again, or just
So I
keep
can
the
show
wax.
off my new cards from Rivals. I've
Oh,
crafted
nice.
into 2 of the guys. So I crafted into this guy, who I could sell this second instant sell for $90 if I wanted to, but I'm a lunatic, so I'm not. And then I also
DNA, you sold all
crafted.
your wolf. Shit, I thought you had. I thought you were in the pool.
I crafted this guy too. So this
Damn,
guy
are
plus
these
this guy.
all yours?
Yeah, this is my inventory. These are my
Damn,
my
we have
legendary.
3 legendaries. I got 3 legendaries.
These are all legendaries. But in order to craft a mythical, you need this one, and then one that I'm trying to craft. And I need a legendary from week 3. Actually, let's go to the marketplace. Week 3 or week 4 of the player of the year. So basically, like, you need one from week 1 or 2, 3 or 4, and then 5 and 6. And I have one from 5 and 1. So I need like the in-between one. Or this guy. CD Lamb is who you get for crafting from that. But let's see, legendary program player of the year. I also like this whole player of the year thing where like you can only use players from specific sets, and because I have how many in my inventory I have 241 players in my inventory. I have like most of the sets, so I've been able to get, I mean, I got 2 legendaries out of these packs. Like, this mythical is basically going to come from just collecting old stuff and playing well, which is like, feels pretty cool. I'm able to craft my way into a mythical just based on my old cards that I hold. All right, legendary, and then we want period week 3 and 4. Damn, these are selling.
DNA, you still have like 2,000 wax worth of woof. That's not bad.
I might just buy this guy. I feel like if I wait too long, there's only fucking 14 of these cards for sale. I don't think you can get them anymore, so I might miss the fucking boat if I wait too long, but I was hoping the price would come down.
118 is quite a bit for a legendary.
Yeah, but you need it to craft the mythical.
Is there a timeline on the craft as well?
There is the crafts. It's like 5 days on week 3, and then like 10 days on week 4. Then the other one I could get is Mostert, Raheem Mostert, or Bates. These are what you craft into, but I'm trying to get the ingredient to craft into these guys. They're 160 and
140 was the other guy.
But if I can get the one for 114 and then the ingredients, it'll probably be cheaper than 140, which is why the ingredients are so expensive. But
Oh, I see.
I don't know. We'll see. And I'm also having fun collecting the rookies, which is what's happening right now. The rookies get stat boosts based on how they play in real life. So if like you get a rookie that hits specific conditions, you can get plus 30 power, which is a shit ton of power in this game. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for the new rookies. I'll show you my collection for that.
Do you scoop the rares for those? Because that's what I've been doing. Although I might go up to the epics now.
I'm doing both. Where's my NFL Draft 2024? I have all these guys. I'm trying to get one of every epic and one of every rare. And I have 23 right now, which is most because there's 32 draft picks. So I have some duplicates though, because I put lower bids on the BPs than the actual cards, and I've gotten a little bit of both. And the one guy I upgraded is the Seahawks guy. This guy, Seattle Seahawks rookie.
What's your bids for the cards usually?
It depends.
I was being 1.6.
3.45 for Epic Blueprint, and 1.03 for a rare blueprint, 4.56 for an Epic not blueprint, and then 2.34 for rares without the blueprint, like the actual card. So I pay like one myth more for the card than the blueprint. But I have, like, if you look at Epic, I have 7 now. So my like 3.45, I'm getting them for like under 5 myth for each one of these. Honestly, I can sell all of these for more right now if I wanted to.
Damn.
But patience. I just made all of the offers and I let them trickle in. Eventually, I want to get the legendaries, but I don't know if I'll have enough myth for that. Let's see. Program the rookies. They're getting a lot cheaper though. The hard part is you don't know which ones are going to be upgraded. So the legendaries are a lot bigger of a gamble. Not player of the year ones. NFL Draft 2024. Rarity legendary. Let's see what you got. You can get one for 50 right now. That's not even the blueprint. That's the card. But this Michael Penix Jr., he's drafted by the Falcons, and the Falcons paid some guy like $120 million to be their quarterback this year. So chances are he is not going to start. And if he doesn't start, he's not going to get the stats that increase his power. So that's why this guy is very clearly the cheapest. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the cheapest ones are all this guy because people are anticipating he will not be upgraded. I do think there's a chance that like Kirk Cousins either gets injured or benched at some point, and then he does, and like could be a steal, but I don't know. That's a lot of myth to bet on like something that's most likely not going to happen. And then JJ McCarthy is the next cheapest one. I feel like he could actually end up being good. So he's got a Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison as wide receivers. So he's got 2 very good wide receivers, which like the way you pump your stats is by passing to people that can fucking get to the ball. So I feel like even though he is not like the top talent at quarterback, because he has good receivers, he could end up potentially being like an underdog that gets like a quarterback of the year on the all rookie team. If he gets the all rookie team, you get the last plus 10. The favorited one is the first draft pick guy. He's not cheap. He's where is he? I guess people like Jaden Daniels too. I feel like the Commanders don't really have good receivers though, so I would bet on McCarthy over Daniels, I think. Where is the number 1 draft pick? He is not cheap. People like him. Well, there's the cheapest pick, number 1, but without his name. Also, same thing with like Malik Neighbors. He's on the Jets, and I feel like the not the Jets, the Giants, the New York Giants. The New York Giants do not have a good quarterback. So even though he's like the best receiver in the draft, like I don't know if he's going to outproduce less good wide receivers that end up playing for a great quarterback. Weird. I wonder if they just didn't, like his name didn't transfer over for the. I'm forgetting his name, but the top quarterback was picked on the Bears. And there's not a lot of them available because people think he's the best quarterback in the draft. I mean, there's a reason he got drafted first, but then they also drafted a receiver like 9th. So they have like the second best receiver, the best quarterback. And then they also picked up Keenan Allen in the offseason, who's like a veteran that's very experienced. And then they have who's the other fucking Chicago Bears receiver? They have like another top tier receiver. Why am I forgetting his name?
How do you get into the pool to be drafted for the draft?
I mean, I think you can draft anybody that's in college. DJ Moore is the name of their like star receiver. So they've got a star receiver, a veteran that was like the best receiver on I think on the Chargers. He was on some LA team last year. Yeah, he's like the top receiver on the Chargers. So they have like, he's a bit older. He's 32, but he's super consistent. They have him. They have a star, and then they have the second best drafted receiver. So the Bears could potentially have some serious offensive firepower, which is why I think Caleb Williams is the name of the quarterback I couldn't remember, is probably going to do really well. But I think there's a chance, like, you never know. Like, the guy that got drafted first last year, everybody thought he was going to be by far the best, and he was not. CJ Stroud did way better than Bryce Young. So you never know, like, how these people are going to adapt to the NFL because they've been playing in college. And yeah, I think anybody playing in college is fair game for the draft. I don't know if you have to like declare that you want to be drafted or how that works. But
They're like
drafting from colleges, and they're not all seniors either. Like some of them are like sophomores. What'd you say?
There's like a pre-draft where they're like,
the grades are based on their college performances. Like the grades, I think, I don't know if it's done by like there's like the PFW, like the Pro Football Writers Organization, and like there's like the PFF or something. There's different organizations that grade, but I think they're going on the grading of those people. But
so you're pretty close to the NFL if you play at the college level, huh? Like that's as close as you get without getting on there.
Yeah. It's very rare like walk-ons come that aren't from college. But that's like I wouldn't say you're that close to the NFL. Like more college players don't make it to the NFL than do. It's like only the elite from college, and then even the elite in college sometimes can't cut it in the NFL. We will be at NFTopia. We're streaming on Friday. We got a booth there. We'll be hanging out this Friday at NFTopia.
Oh yeah.
There's the XFL, the Extreme Football League. Is the AFL, is that Australian? There's also like the Canadian Football League, the CFL. They occasionally have players come over. Like I think, didn't Kurt Warner come from friggin' the Canadian Football League? That's a weird. Let's see if I'm right. I could be wrong. That's a long ass time ago. Kurt Warner was on the Rams back when they were not in Los Angeles. Oh no, he ascended from the Arena Football League, the AFL, to the NFL. And he appeared in 3 Super Bowls.
Damn.
I don't know. There's a
interesting. So they could just call anybody. Like, do you think everybody who's up for being drafted is watching the draft, or you think most people are just like whatever?
Most of them are there. They also do like the scouting combine. So all of the like top draft prospects, they do like 40-yard dash, they do weightlifting, and they like measure their physical stats. So like before they get drafted by the teams, they know how fast the people are, like their vertical jump, like that's the combine. I think that's I think that happens before the draft. But that's how they like. Some players get drafted just based on like the first 4 or 5 rounds are generally based on how well they played in college. Then the last couple of rounds are basically just flyers on people that are like freak athletes, where it's like this guy's 6'5" and like runs like a 4.6 40-yard dash. It's like, how's this guy like almost 300 pounds and running that fast? Even if he didn't play well in college, like they're like, if you can be trained to be better at this level, like you have the body for it. So a lot of times, I think like the last 2 rounds of the draft are just going to people based on their physical attributes more than their skill level or their accolades in college.
Oh, damn! There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. I can see why people nerd out so hard about it.
They also will go like for the top prospects, like the coaches of the teams go and like meet them beforehand to see like, so I don't know, you don't want to draft some guy who ends up being like a fucking diva and won't practice and shit. So like a lot of times like the very top level people, they have met with the teams that draft them before they're drafted because like they want to make sure they're not wasting their draft pick on someone who's gonna like not pull their weight. I don't know how you fuck that up though. Like you'd be such an asshole to like have like a pre-draft meeting and just be like, yeah, I don't like practicing or working hard. Like I feel like you should be able to bullshit your way into the job.
Yeah, I think so.
You watch a documentary on Netflix about it. I think his name is like Johnny Mant something. He's like Mr. Football was his nickname, but that's like what happened to him basically. Like he was like one of the biggest college quarterbacks, dominated college, and then got drafted, I think, first. And then like within like 3 leagues or 3 years, he was like kicked off 3 teams and then went to the CFL and was just like straight up just like, yeah, I don't want to practice. Like he was so good in college that he could not practice, and he was so naturally talented that he was still able to dominate at the college level. But like the pro level is just like, no, he couldn't cut it. Like he couldn't phone in practices. I think he got like drug tested. Like he was like, you're not allowed to do drugs in the NFL. And like they found like weed in the system too. So he got like suspended for that. It's a pretty cool documentary though. He also like, he got penalized from the like college association for, you can't make money off of your likeness when you're in college. Like you can't sell merchandise of your own, which is kind of bullshit. The universities will sell your jersey and make money, but you can't make money off of it. And he was so popular that he's signing autographs, and he made like millions of dollars signing autographs, and like ended up getting reported to like the college board. But he had kind of a wild career, and he ended up becoming like a celebrity, and that's like why he fell off. He like wanted to go to concerts and like meet up with celebrities instead of practice and focus on football. And it's crazy how he went from being like the best quarterback in college to like not even be able to be on an NFL team in a couple of years. Shows like how high of a level you have to operate at to be in the NFL. Also, you have to continuously work that hard. You can't just like, oh, I worked hard in college, so now I made it and I'm good. Boomshake is asking, can you share the link for your pool?
I sure can. Just, don't ape into nonsense. It is fun just to play around. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm excited for all the rookie stuff because now I have a bunch of the rookie cards in Rivals, so I'll be tracking all their performances during the season. That was what got me into fantasy football and really watching football in the first place. Like I didn't give a shit about football before NFL Rivals rookie program. So I'm excited for round 2 of that. And I don't know. I'm hoping like when the season starts or before the season starts, people are going to dump those legendaries for cheap prices in between the off season. Because that's kind of what happens for every program in Rivals. You need the legendaries to compete to win the mythical. And after you get the mythical, everybody dumps their legendaries. And that's what I'm hoping Papa Louie comes in and scoops up those legendaries for cheap because I want the rookies.
I see. That might be when I strike for some of those too.
Although this mythical is kind of draining all of my... Like I was trying to save... I guess I could sell the mythical, but I also really want the fucking... Let's see if I can get like a highlight of Malbs.
Let's see.
Upload date this month.
Here, this is I shared the Dex screener like pool address, and then the Uniswap you want to use 1%, and this is the contract address for the token.
This is the guy I think like is probably going to end up being like a top 5 in North America rifler of all the players. He's not really currently rated like that because he plays in tier 2, and like just because you're crushing in tier 2, it's like college versus the NFL. Just because you're the best in college doesn't mean you can work your way up to tier 1 CS, but he's been kind of crushing it. Let's see some of his highlights.
What in tarnation is this at all? Check this one out from Mouths. Just putting G2 right back to spawn, swapping sides with a clutch ace. M80 are on cloud 9 right now. Look at the hype.
That scream.
You know, just doing it.
Colossal ace. 3 quick headshot kills. Let's see this.
With no flash. What a read from this guy.
Nico. It's the second time here. You have to clear it.
Yeah, and they do.
That's Swisher.
No way he gets more.
That was pretty good.
Lines up 2, but this is a big flight there.
There's one.
Walk through the smoke and shoots him in the back of the head.
Boom.
That's so clean. Oh, yeah. I don't like. There's so many things I don't like there from G2.
1v3 ace clutch.
Hey, there he is.
There, he's back.
The highest fragger of G2 as we all expected it to see.
Oh, here, Boom Shankar. I'm going to post one more link.
Spray transfer as well. Control it.
If you add to that Uniswap pool, you can claim rewards in USDC at this link.
You want to wait until after I'm playing this? Can't hear shit. It's like you mix with Counter-Strike announcers.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
Very difficult. That Molotov is perfectly timed. That's going to bring a third player, Hunter, starting to cheat his way towards the B-bomb site.
Still worried about mid. Honestly, still worried about A. There is a 3-man hold here. Come on, Rek. Gets himself in. Long is the threat. Tons is back on Nexo and is punished for it. Now all onto Mouths. You've done well. Very well. Modesty left in the clouds.
All right, what were you saying?
Oh, I said I shared one more link for Boom Shankar. That last one, the Merkle .angle.money link there is if you were to add to the ITM USDC pool on Uniswap, you can then go to Merkle.angle.money to claim USDC because there's an incentive for that pool. The Uniswap pool gets dropped incentives on Merkle, but you don't have to stake the Uniswap pool anywhere. You just keep your liquidity in Uniswap, and Merkle will also give you rewards for it. And honestly, if you don't do anything other than supply to Uniswap and you never go to that Merkle site, you can go like next week to it, and the rewards will still just be there waiting to be claimed. The rewards are distributed usually every 6 hours, but sometimes it's like every 12. It's because they calculate using like the subgraph of Uniswap and of the other dexes that they would distribute rewards to, and the subgraph is off chain, it's not on chain, so it's like they have to basically make sure that the subgraph and everything is synchronized. So there's a 6-hour reward period, then there's a 1 to 2 hour distribution dispute period. So before the rewards are distributed every time, it's basically broadcast on chain how much is being distributed, and if you think that you're not getting the right amount of rewards, you can then dispute it, and they can reassess before they then distribute the rewards. So there is definitely sometimes when there's subgraph synchronization issues and people dispute the rewards, and I've gone like multiple days without distributions because of disputable stuff. But yeah, it's like a hybrid. It's a decentralized distributor, but it's doing it with off-chain computations. because I'm able to incentivize not just owning liquidity, but how much liquidity of either side of the pool and how much is going to fees and all of that stuff you're able to incentivize individually. And to do that, you have to use the subgraph, and it can't all be done on chain. So that's how it's done. There's like a distribution and then a dispute period before each distribution. But if you're on Merkle Farms, there's a little clock on the far right. If you mouse over that, it'll tell you the last time the distribution was sent out. So on base chain, it was 3 hours ago.
I see another Malbs highlight.
Answer it was, and now we move on to Mirage, and you can't blame. This pistol might do a good job of that. Looks to be a B burst from Betboom.
Nice.
Spotted. Parts in.
Okay. Two's not bad.
Away, which is doing enough just to buy some time. It's Malbs who does all the damage, though. They make that 5. Malbs has walked away.
That's pretty clean.
Nice little sneaky ace there.
Want to show the replay?
Attention, and Malbs tapping heads. An ace for
How
him.
did he hit that guy? Like super far.
Start of the day. My oh my, M80 love a pistol round.
Here it is.
This one.
Certainly looks that way, sir.
Damn.
Certainly does look that way.
Sniped that guy.
Let's see.
He's just shooting him all in the back of the head while they're just trying to fight the other guy. Malbs is the shit, though. I'm excited to see him and what M80 does. Mostly because there's really only been 2 viable North American Counter-Strike teams in total. So, like, adding this is like, oh, shit, there's, like, another team that's actually able to kind of win games. So, big deal for North American Counter-Strike. I do feel like there's a chance, though, that he just gets scooped and then M80 goes back to, like, being a pretty clear tier 2, 3 team. I wouldn't mind seeing him play on Complexity or Liquid as well, because they could use it, and then we could maybe have an actual North American team that's able to maybe win a tournament, because Complexity and Liquid still seem like they're pretty far from being able to actually win anything. Like, they're able to win sub matches against tier 1 teams, but none of them have really gotten close to, like, none of them have been in a final. It's like, I want to see if I can North American team make it to a Counter-Strike final in the tournament, and I think they're gonna have to, like, trade some players for any. I don't think any of the teams can do it with their current rosters.
Oh yeah. We'll see. Tomorrow will be a good.
Closest, but not really.
Tomorrow will be some good games.
FaZe is literally the #1 ranked team in the world. Prince Paradox.
FaZe always like falls apart up until like the end, and then they just like fucking win tournaments.
They won They won Chengdu. They've made it to every single grand final since Counter-Strike 2 has been released.
I was disappointed. Like, honestly, early days of tournaments, I think FaZe has been shit in the bed because it feels like they're not doing well, but then they just like they pull it out in like the late stage of every tournament.
They've never not made it to the grand final. Like, every single event that's happened in Counter-Strike 2, they're in the grand final. So there's not a single grand final they have not made it to yet. So I feel like you can't really argue with those results. They're the only team that's even close to being that dominant in Counter-Strike 2.
Yeah. They didn't win the fucking majors, and they're still ranked #1. Yeah, FaZe.
That's also because they won Chengdu, though.
That's true.
But I don't know. We'll see. If Navi can beat them again, if Navi wins this tournament, then Navi might be #1, but we'll see. FaZe has like the craziest fucking all-star team right now. It's very hard to beat them.
Solo mid. I didn't even fucking hear them or see them play it. Solo mid.
I don't know if Solo Mid still plays.
I don't know about that.
Let's
I don't
check
recognize that name.
Wikipedia.
I don't know about I don't recognize the name. I don't know. They might be good, but right now I'm into like Astralis. I think was really stepping it up the last few games I watched. I definitely will be adding Astralis people to my next. Princess says it's old.
Is that Solo Mid?
Maybe
Solo Mid still has 4 active players.
Oh.
But you need 5 to have a team. So I don't know, they only have 3 active players. They have a coach, 2 players, and a trial player. So
they're still kind of getting it together.
They re-enter the professional scene after almost 7 years in August 2023, but they were on hiatus from January 2017 to August 2023. So I guess last year they just started playing again. But yeah, they're from the United States. They're not like in any tier 1 tournaments or even 2 tier 2 tournaments I've seen, but let's check HLTV. When's TSM's last game and where are they playing?
Oh,
they're
shit,
in the
yeah.
Challenger League.
My ITM meme coin has hit a market cap of $900.
So it looks like they're playing like tier 2 to 3 events. These are tier 2 teams, like Nine Pandas, Movie Star Koi, Sangal. But they're ranked 89 in the world, so it's pretty tier 3. I feel like tier 1 is pretty small. It's like there's maybe like 15 teams in tier 1, and then like I'd say like 15 to 40 like teams that qualify for tier 1 tournaments but never win them. That's tier 2, and then tier 3 is just like everything else. At least that's my definition. There is no like actual definition of what the tiers are. People have arguments. For me, tier 1 is teams that could potentially win a tournament. Tier 2 is teams that qualify for a tournament, and tier 3 is the teams that don't even qualify. There's a free Solana NFT claim on drip.house, Max. That's bot trade points, boots trade points on. I have no idea what you're trying to write there.
The boosts. What is this?
Boosts. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, boots. And boost trade points on DeBridge. Is DeBridge like a DEX? I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's cool.
I've been meaning to move over my Solana, or not my Woof over to Solana so I can get the whatever airdrops happening over there.
I guess now that there is all that bridge working to Solana, maybe I should start.
Problem is I don't have Solana, so then I have to like trade Wax through SimpleSwap to get Solana just to claim the Solana. And I don't have a wallet that supports it. I guess doesn't MetaMask do it now? I guess I'll have to figure out how I can like generate a MetaMask wallet for Solana.
Oh, you bought a few. You said, does it like stack the effect if you have multiple ones? The discounts. Discount. I think I like discount stuff, but like, I need to move a lot of money through some protocol to actually like make paying for a discount worth it. Because most of the protocol fees are going to be under 1%. So unless I'm doing like millions of dollars, it's not like a crazy amount of money. Or tens of thousands, which I don't know if I would be doing that on Solana.
I definitely will not be.
But a free claim, the price is right, yo. I'm gonna go check it out. Especially since I need like motivation to move over to Solana. Sounds like this is like something with a deadline.
It says use Phantom. Yeah, I just gotta, when you make the wallet, then you have to go find a safe place for your seed words. And
have you messed with since you use Solana in the anyone in the chat really? Has anyone tried the MetaMask? Because I saw MetaMask recently added support for Solana. And I'm familiar with MetaMask. Like, I like MetaMask.
I just don't know how you, like, I'd have to generate a new wallet. That would be more convenient for me, though, because then I already have, like, my seed phrase. I don't need to make a new. I've got too many seed phrases. That's the problem.
That's what I'm thinking, too. Is like, I have so many seed phrases. Can't I just, like, I guess you could probably restore a seed phrase on Solana wallet. And I guess if it's empty, it'll be like, this is not a valid one.
Right. Let's do this giveaway and wrap this up. I might eat a hot dog. Hot dog sounds good to me right now. Hot dog. Nothing but Polish dogs for this guy. That's not true. I eat normal hot dogs. And we'll stream tomorrow, probably same time-ish. Whenever the last Counter-Strike match ends is my timeline. And Friday we'll be streaming, I think, at like, I got to check the time, but I think it's either 2 or 3 p.m. We're going to be streaming from NFTopia. So if you want to hang out at NFTopia, I believe there'll be like free NFTs and stuff, not from us, but just from the organizers. There's also a bunch of giveaways and stuff.
We might do some whoop or something, maybe.
I'm just saying we don't have like a. You can't go to our
that's true.
thing and scan a QR code and claim an NFT. We're not
Oh yeah,
doing
good
that.
call,
So
good call.
you can do that, but it won't be from us. Is what I'm trying to say. We will
Gotcha.
definitely give away stuff we give away on stream always, but that has nothing to do with NFTopia.
Yeah. So if we made the NFTopia artwork a previous time, it
Not
looked
this
pretty
time, though.
cool. I wonder if we'll get like a presenter thing because they usually make like an artwork for like attendees and presenters and hosts and stuff.
No, those are usually like, I think for paid people because people pay for booths. We're getting a booth for free because we're streaming, but
Okay.
I think all of that stuff is reserved for people. Prince Paradox won again.
Damn, rigged. Rigged. That's a million woof, yo. Multi-millionaire already.
Sune loves Chicago. Chicago. What's a Chicago dog? Don't they have like a regional hot dog?
They do. I feel like one of the regional hot dogs has like a poppy seed bun. That looks fucking good. Let me look.
We'll send a Sune to second place as well.
It's a signature hot dog.
I dropped the ball on those.
Chicago. It's an all beef hot dog with a variety of toppings on a poppy seed bun. That is the Chicago dog. Let's go.
We'll give you Sune Love Chicago. We'll give one to third place too. We're supposed to give these away to promote something that already happened. So
I don't know.
Let them fly. Which I did on Friday last week.
So you want to know what's on a Chicago dog?
Sure.
It's a hot dog topped with yellow, or I guess an all beef Frankfurter on a poppy seed bun topped with yellow mustard, chopped white onions, bright green sweet pickles, or pickled relish. Pickled relish. Yeah. Sorry, bright green sweet pickle relish, a dill pickle. So it has like a full wedge of dill pickle on it, like the same length of the hot dog, I guess. A spear tomato.
The fuck is that green stuff?
Wedge. Dude, what the fuck? Pickles.
That is not what relish looks like. That looks like fucking like.
Yeah, that's like crazy.
Who's the guy from Ghostbusters? Slimer.
Oh yeah, like Slimer, totally.
That's the color of Slimer. That's not what color your relish should be. This looks good though.
Is it celery salt? It says a dash of celery salt. Pickled short peppers. There's way too much shit on this hot dog, dude.
I mean, it looks pretty good. I have a picture pulled up from Wikipedia on my screen.
Yeah, that was a description reading from that.
Minus
picture.
I just feel like that relish doesn't look right. That's not the right color for relish. It should be the same color as the pickle, not whatever the fuck that is.
Too much shit, yo. Yellow mustard, white onions, relish, a whole pickle, tomato slices.
I like that though. A whole pickle sounds fucking good. Each bite you get a pickle.
And those tomato slices, pickled pepper.
This looks insane. Like it's fucking.
That's too much.
Doesn't even fit in there. There's too much stuff.
I like the poppy seed bun though. That's a nice.
I guess this fucking relish is special for the Chicago dogs because they're all that disgusting green color.
What is that? Is that relish?
I mean, not that I've ever tried. Bright green. Yeah, it says bright green.
It is called bright green sweet pickled relish. I guess that is
Chicago style relish is what it is.
There it is. Okay, it's green
Why
as
is
hell.
it
It's
so
like
green?
atomic.
Chicago style relish is a type of sweet pickle relish typically used on Chicago style hot dogs. Unique color of the relish, often referred to as neon green, is created by adding blue dye to regular pickle relish.
Neon green.
Why? It makes it look worse.
I would have called it atomic green, but neon green is good too.
I don't like it. It looks like you have like radioactive sewage on your hot dog.
I don't know. It doesn't look like something that belongs on my food, but
me too.
I would go for a LA dog over a Chicago dog any day. Bacon wrapped. End of sentence.
Maybe we can do that on Friday after we do our
best regional dogs.
Yeah, regional hot dogs. You got the New York dog, the Chicago dog, Atlanta
Seattle dog
South
is
dog.
with the cream cheese. That's
I
not
don't
bad.
have pictures. Showing me regional hot dogs.
Isn't that New York dog just like ketchup, mustard, relish?
This looks crazy. It's like going in a long way. Like the way that's cut on the bun. That's
I don't know about
Sonoran, Phoenix, and Tucson.
They're getting too creative.
New York.
There you go. New York.
Slaw
Oh,
dog. A red, white, hot from New York.
that looks good.
What the fuck? A red dog from Maine. You don't have pictures? Okay, you guys fail. Okay, hot dog variations. Maybe that's what we want.
I don't know, like
I
a
don't know.
regional one.
We'll figure this out another time. Oh, this has got good pictures.
No, that one looks good.
New York dog. Honestly, I fucks with that. That's got a
Oh, dude,
sauerkraut
that's just
and
ketchup,
mustard.
mustard, relish, sauerkraut. That's like how I would prepare my dog too. That's great.
This looks bomb too. A Texas Tommy with some bacon and
Okay.
then sliced
I mean, that
open with
looks
cheese.
that looks decadent as hell, but I would definitely eat it. It's
Slaw
just I
dog.
feel
This
disgusted.
is the first one where I'm like, I don't know about a slaw dog.
Yeah, same. Maybe if I had pulled pork on it, I'd be more into it.
It's
But
got
with a hot
chili,
dog,
chili,
ooh, nah,
mustard,
pass,
and coleslaw.
pass.
Puerto Rican style dog. This has
I like those little chips,
French fries, is it?
like super, like shoestring fries. Like it looks like maybe even like ground beef or something on
There's
top.
a sauerkraut, onions, and carne molida, which is ground beef cooked with sofrito that plays the role of chili. And then there are
Oh,
crunchy potato sticks.
so it's almost like a.
I fucks with that one too.
I'd eat that. Yeah, I'd eat that for sure.
The Sonoran. This has got like pinto beans in it. What's going on there?
This is like B tier for me.
It's got pinto beans, bolillo. I don't know what that is. Diced tomatoes, onions, stripes of mustard, drizzles of green salsa, and squiggles of mayo. It's wrapped in bacon and yellow chilies. Actually sounds better than it looks. It's mainly the pinto beans that are throwing me off, like full pinto beans. The Ripper. This is a deep fried hot dog. I don't know if I've ever tried that. From New Jersey. It looks fucking disgusting. It looks like dehydrated. It looks like a fucking like jerky hot dog. New York system. Meat sauce.
This one also makes me want to get Tommy's. This looks like something you get at Tommy's too.
I haven't been to Tommy's in all the time. It's great. Chicago dog does look pretty good.
Yeah,
Other
that's
than the
pretty.
friggin' relish, but I want to try a full pickle on my friggin' hot dog. That sounds good.
That one has like a full pickle and some cornichons.
Half smoke from Washington D.C. It just looks like a mess, but it looks pretty
That's
good.
a mess and a half. But
It's got like a special sausage. It's not a normal hot dog.
Tommy's, world famous. Tommy's rocks. Tommy's
Cheese
Caliente
coney.
burger
I feel like
also.
this is like the chili cheese dog.
That cheese needs to be more melted. What the fuck? Did they just fucking forget to melt it? It's just like shredded cheese on top.
Seattle
They need
dog.
to
Here
melt
we
the
go.
cheese.
Cream
That, I'm fucked with
cheese.
that, dude. Fucking caramelized onions and cream cheese and shit. Like
That would
Seattle
be
is
really
a good
good.
dog.
Here's Coney's. Just chili dog.
It's like mustard and
White
chili.
onion.
Yeah.
I
That
feel like
looks like
cooked onion's better than raw onion. Yeah, raw onion's not as good to me.
yeah.
Holy shit,
That
the
looks
bologna
good.
dog. This looks insane. From
Looks
Baltimore.
good. Is it just bologna and mustard? I don't know.
The Polish boy.
Mid.
This is my dog from Cleveland. It's got kielbasa from the barbecue, and then it looks like French fries. I don't know what that red sauce is. Barbecue sauce? Let's see.
Yeah. I feel like what BuzzKing is saying, I kind of agree. Chicago dog is a little overhyped compared to the other dogs on this list. It's not like on the top of my list of what I want to try from these. The Chicago dog looks okay. Like there's a lot of way cooler looking
The
dogs.
reindeer dog. A delicately gamey link. Are they using actual reindeer for this?
Oh, I'd eat that.
And then the onions are cooked in Coca-Cola. That sounds insane.
Ooh, I'm still in. Yes.
All right.
Those are some good
50
dogs.
regional hot dogs. Let's rate it into someone.
They had a good list. I do kind of want to get a Seattle dog again. The like caramelized onions and cream cheese is a great combo.
We'll rate into
Cuban hot dog.
MJ.
I feel like a Cuban sandwich is kind of a Cuban hot dog because they put fucking hot dog on it.
A Cubano.
Yeah, at
It's
least
way
some
different than
places
a hot
do.
dog.
Some places do. I don't like it when they put the hot dog on the Cuban sandwich. It's like, yo, dude, that just overpowers the taste of the other meats. Not just tastes like bologna.
If anybody wants to join the next Counter-Strike Fantasy League we're doing, which will be like, the signups will probably be by this weekend. feel free to join our Discord. I'm Polish Dog Lewis in the Discord. Just hit me up. I can add you to the Counter-Strike channel, and then I invite everybody in that channel to every new
Yeah.
competition.
I
You could
won
potentially
last
win
time.
2 neon.
I won the last league, but I don't think I'm gonna win this one.
We'll see.
I didn't know
There's
the
a lot of
B-side
games
teams.
left.
I didn't know these guys. I'm not doing so well.
All right, we're rating MJ owns you. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have
Later.
a great evening. I don't know what Night Crows is, but MJ owns you is playing something called Night Crows.
Night crawlers. The blankets could be force fields.
Kind of looks like
Oh.
Diablo. Might be like